Water.
Earth.
Fire.
Air.
The false Avatar Yun and his destructive campaign of revenge is at an end, brought down by the true Avatar Kyoshi. But the delay in locating and training her, as well as the disastrous actions of Earth Sage Jianzhu, have left the Earth Kingdom weak and vulnerable. Bandit groups known as Dao Fei vie for power and territory, and even the citizens behind the walls of Ba Sing Se are not safe. Remnants of the Fifth Nation, a southern water tribe pirate group, and the Yellownecks, a particularly brutal outlaw organisation, still linger in the shadows, waiting for the opportunity to strike. With the Earth Kingdom in disarray and Kyoshi needing competent allies to help restore balance, who will answer the call?
G'day, I'm Brandon. I'm playing Keeko Moo, Waterbender from the Southern Water Tribe, and I'm just looking for a good time.
Hello, my name's Andrew. I'm playing Jedd, the disgraced Airbender.
Hello, my name is Archie. I play Ted, the Airbender. I'm traveling with my brother Jedd to assist Kyoshi in her fight.
Hi, I'm Bree, and I'm playing Lilly Hannah from the Earth Kingdom, and she is a small child who gets in trouble.
Hi, I'm Dragon. I'm playing the character Tilla, who is a Sandbender from the Earth Nation.
And I'm Owen, the Dungeon Master of our Avatar Legends campaign, The Legacy of Kyoshi, which starts right now. Hello there, lovely listener. This is just a warning to let you know that this episode of The Legacy of Kyoshi may contain adult language or adult themes. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello!
Yes!
Hello! We're excited to be here. How you doing, guys? It's wonderful to see all your gorgeous faces once again. We are here. We are in your ears and on your screen. We are playing Avatar Legends, Yep, I'm sticking with it. The Legacy of Kyoshi campaign. I double down. We're in your ears and on your screen. It's wonderful to be here. We are very excited. Thank you so much for joining us. It is, super, super exciting. We had a bit of a cliffhanger last session, so I'm keen to get in. I don't want to keep us for too long. 2 quick announcements tonight, none of them fun. Medium, I guess. The first one, Archie can't join us tonight.
That's fun.
It says here because he's a little bitch. Yeah, so he can't join us tonight because he's a little bitch, unfortunately. Nothing we can do about that. Brandon, that's a note from his doctor that says that. Yeah, shit. Okay, there you go. Yeah, just going to reuse your joke from the Twitch intro. Steal that content. Steal that content straight away. Yum, 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 yum. And the other not so fun news I have to share as well is there won't be any sessions at all of anything next week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, there won't be any because Strahd, Return of the Giants or Avatar Legends. Unfortunately, very last minute, my work is shipping me off to Singapore for a work conference. I won't be back until the Friday morning. Unfortunately, we won't be able to run any sessions. I've already checked. My work laptop will not let me access any of the websites I need to use to manage the stream. And I only have the work laptop and this desktop. So maybe it's time for me to invest in a laptop for traveling. Maybe this is a good time.
Just take the entire desktop computer with you.
Do you want to see?
I've heard people use Firefox to get around a lot of those things, like some installers.
No, we are blocked from installing software on our computer. We are only allowed to use Edge on our work laptop. Yeah, so it's even worse. I don't even have Chrome. I'm not even allowed to use Chrome on my laptop. And if you want to install a program, you can't do it. You have to get IT to come in and install it for you.
You should message Ali about some things then. She's
I can hear her in the background.
Not saying anything else.
I can't quite make out what she's shouting. Can you translate for us, Brandon?
She yelled out, "I didn't do anything illegal."
Does seem like an oddly specific thing to shout out when no one suggested that she had.
The pleas of an innocent woman.
Yeah. I completely unsolicited to shout out across a room. I didn't do anything illegal. Unprompted as well. Yikes. So to make it up to you, because we won't have any sessions next week, to make it up to you, I am recording a whole bunch of Aloft. There will be episodes coming out every second day while I'm away, so please enjoy if you've been catching up on the Aloft episodes. Loads more coming. It is an excellent, fun game to play. If you haven't been checking out Aloft, you should. The playthrough is really fun. It's a really, really cool game. You should check it out. It's a very cozy, like a little bit like Raft, a little bit like Enshrouded, a little bit like Valheim. It's really fun. I'm really enjoying it. So yeah.
But I don't want spoilers.
it's not that kind of game. It's not that kind of game. Like the spoilers is like, oh, I've unlocked a new sail. Like it's fine. I promise. It's almost like Raft. You know, like with Raft, like you can't really be spoiled, and it's early. It's even earlier access than like the Raft main story stuff. So there probably is a bit more story coming in, I think, in the future. But trust me, you won't be spoiled by anything. You can't be spoiled by it. It's just fun to come and hang out, play a bit of a loft. So yeah, that'll be coming out soon. I do also have this is like a weird fun announcement. One of our lovely people in the Discord, Foxtrot, I did a bit of a dare. I was like, oh, look, if anyone, I was looking for some content way back, and I think I was in the voice chat one time and I said, oh, look, if there's any games anyone wants me to play, let me know and I'll give them a go. Foxtrot called me out on that and has bought me a copy of Hello Kitty Island Adventure. I will have to stream that. So, stay tuned for that. I'm not sure when I'm going to have time for that. Unfortunately, I haven't had time this week. And obviously next week, I'm not going to have any time. If my work laptop won't let me open Chrome, it's certainly not going to let me run Hello Kitty Island Adventure. But yeah, I will stream that. I've heard some interesting things about the game, so I'm sure it's going to be fun. So stay tuned for that, I guess.
Incredibly funny, though.
It is pretty funny. Like, yeah, I got like a notification. It's like, someone's bought you Hello Kitty Island Adventure. And I was like, what the fuck? Is this my brother playing a prank? And I opened up the gift and it came with a message. You said any game. Yeah, so, well played. Well played. Yeah, well played.
Oh, this is, wait, let me.
Well played
check.
indeed, my friend.
Well played.
Oh no, you might be in luck with this one here. Oh yeah, no. Yeah, no, you're good. You're good. Okay.
What?
There is no submissions on speedrun.com for Hello Kitty Island.
Hang on. Is it because it cannot be speedrun? Speedrun?
No. They've got other adventure games in there, but no.
Brandon, I'm going to let you know right now, I don't think it's an adventure game. I know the word adventure's in it, but like the little bits of research I've done to prepare, adventure's a very low part of the game system. Hello Kitty definitely present. Island is present. Adventure drops off at the end. I wouldn't even say that.
Excuse me, it says there's 80 plus hours of heartfelt quests. That sounds like adventure name.
Does it though? Heartfelt. Does that sound like adventure?
Yes.
Yes.
It sounds like a sweet adventure.
80 hours.
Owen doesn't like.
Fucking
Owen
hell.
doesn't like sweet.
This is going to be so grindy, isn't it? Because there's no way there's 80 hours of genuine content. It's going to be 80 hours of fucking ball busting, busy work. Collect 400 flowers and knit them into a sweater or something.
They have over 50 tracks of original music.
Either way, you need like a little green counter that's like just like ticking time on the bottom left of your screen.
And it's my sanity dropping on the left-hand side, yeah? My will to live, a will to live counter that slowly ticks down to 0. I'm looking forward to this. How could this go poorly? Yeah, so that's my fun news to share. I guess we did have some fun news in the end, it turns out. So yeah, loads of fun stuff coming. Let's do our recap. Let's jump into the session. Let's jump in. I don't think there's anything else we need to wait on. I like how Archie's bitched out right when we need his character to suffer the consequences of his actions. I've just noticed that right now.
Yeah. Funny timing. Yeah.
What a little bitch.
You get to control the repercussions of
You
his
get to
actions.
control the narrative now.
No, but I have to play Ted as Archie would play Ted, which means I'm going to do the 3 pillars of his character. Deny, deflect, depart.
No.
Just disappear.
No. You can do better. I swear. Like, you can do better. I promise.
What do you reckon? The deny, deflect, depart. I reckon that's Ted in a nutshell.
Well, no, you need to throw in throwing his brother under the bus.
That's deflect. That's the deflection. We deny that it was us, deflect onto Jedd, and then leave. That's his entire shtick. That's it.
Shit.
They call me, it's Ted with 3 Ds, deny, deflect, depart. It's my go-to method. All right, let's do our recap. Let's jump in. It has been 3 years since the false avatar Yun has been struck down, and the world now knows the name of the true avatar, Kyoshi. With the Earth Kingdom weak and vulnerable, Kyoshi and her partner Rangi have moved out to the Akoya Peninsula, sending out a message to each of the 4 nations. Come and help the avatar build a better future. Answering the call are brothers Ted and Jedd of the Air Nation, Keeko of the Southern Water Tribe, Lilly of Ba Sing Se, and Tilla of the Siwong Oasis. Having joined forces with some pirate hunters and the Avatar, the group have launched an assault on the Yellowneck Bandits and Fifth Nation pirates, who were having a meeting on Little Island. After detonating blasting jelly in the hold of a stolen Fire Nation ship, the bandits and pirates were all but wiped out, the leaders of both groups now dead on the beach. After spending some time searching through the wreckage for items or markings they could use as proof to collect the bounties, the team prepared to settle down for bed, realizing almost too late what sunset would bring. Sure enough, the sunset spirit appeared with the setting sun, the group desperately trying to distract Kyoshi with zero success. Speaking with the spirit, the team learned a little more about the events of the distant past and the banishing of spirits from the world. Revealing the journal of past avatars the group had recovered from the lost Airbender temple, Kyoshi agreed to a truce with the sunset spirit until they could confirm the truth of its story. With the team still divided on what they would ask for as their favour, the sunset spirit departed for another night, the last glow of the setting sun marking its departure. After enjoying a restful night's sleep, the team awoke to a brand new day, ready to face whatever the world could throw their way. Or so they thought. Apprehensive of what consequences might await him at the Southern Air Temple, Jedd elected to assist Keeko and Tilla with the recovery of the sunken supplies, while the rest of the group accompanied Kyoshi to seek out knowledge of the past at the temple library. Arriving at the entrance to the temple grounds, Kyoshi was called away to speak to Mother Gia, giving the others a moment to explore. While Lilly and Yara snuck over to the kitchens and bluffed their way into enjoying a mango tart, Ted tried and failed to gain access to the archives of bending scrolls. Deciding he could try and use the Avatar to leverage entry, Ted reunited with the others and Kyoshi before leading them back to the main tower. With the scrolls only a few meters away, the plan fell apart when Master Saiyan stepped out onto the landing and ushered the group into his office to explain themselves. Meanwhile, back on the beach, Keeko and Co attempted to dive down and search for the missing shipments, forgetting to bring an air supply with them. Luckily, they were able to find a small pocket of air trapped inside the sunken Fire Nation ship and awaited rescue. Thankfully, Kyu soon arrived with assistance, rescuing Co and working with Keeko to begin salvaging the wreckage. With the promise of booty within the salvage crates, we left off last session as the beach team began to open the recovered crates. And that is where we left off last session. Jedd, Keeko, Tilla. On the beach in front of you stands the salvaged crates and chests, the items which Keeko and Kyu have frozen in ice, allowed to float to the surface, and you've now dragged back onto the beach. With the ice beginning to melt and Kyu using her waterbending to expedite this process somewhat, there are now 3 crates and 2, I would say like chests, 2 chests on the beach in front of you, as well as a barrel. What would you like to open first?
I want to open the chest.
Chest in a barrel. Gotta pop open the chest. Or the barrel?
I would go for the barrel, see if it's more blast power.
No.
How do you
I
open?
know someone who would really like this.
I'm sure Lily's birthday is coming up.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
Any day you receive a barrel of blasting jelly is Lily's birthday, let's be honest.
Yeah, exactly, honestly.
Lily would just have that
going
be
for
Wherever we go.
gone for a chest. Okay.
Yeah, I'll go for a barrel.
Okay, Jedd's opening the barrel, Tilla's opening one of the chests. Keeko.
I've got the other chest. Why not?
Done. Keeko and Tilla. As the two of you approach the chests and look at them, you can see that both of them are locked. Tilla, yours is locked with a large padlock that is holding down the lid of the chest. Keeko, yours is actually, there's a lock and key built into, like a latch built into the side of the chest. Rather than being just an external padlock, it's actually built into the chest itself. Looks almost like a strongbox style setup. Wooden planks sort of forming the main body of the chest, but the edging and the main lock both made of metal. Until, yeah, yours is just a large external padlock. Very roughly made, very standard padlock design in this era. Very, very like thick banded iron. You can see the warping and stretch marks on it from when the iron's been sort of hammered into shape. It's not well made at all. It's quite cheaply made. What would you guys like to do? How do you get the chests open?
Can I assess the chest to see if there's a easy way or some way of opening this bad boy?
Yes. Who are you and what have you done with Brandon?
Don't know. You know, it's in my head. I'm just like, Oh, I should do that more.
I was
often,
fully
eh?
expecting
Cool.
I kick it into the air and let it shatter on the rocks.
I smash it with that hammer.
9, success with consequences. Yeah, so as you look over the chest, Keeko, you get a bit more information from this. This chest is a Fire Nation make. It's actually quite well made. As you sort of examine the look, the lock, examine the look of the chest, the way it's been made, you can see that the wood has actually been scorched and sealed using probably fire bending. The way that the metal's been kind of set into the wood, it's been grafted on using like a heat sealing technique, and you can see edges where a little bit of wax has melted out too. This was designed to withstand the ocean. It was designed to keep water out. You think there's a good chance that whatever's in here is probably still going to be preserved. Importantly as well, as you look over the chest, you're asking specifically like how you might get it open. Obviously the key would be super handy here, but as you look at the lock, you can see that it is an open keyhole area, but it is covered by a flap of metal designed to keep water out. The flap is currently down. As you move that flap aside, spin it up, you can see the hole that a key would go into. Peering into the mechanism, using the light from the sun to kind of look inside, you can see that there are a series of 3 interlocking gears with teeth that overlap. You get the sense that the key actually wouldn't be like a standard key with the teeth in one direction. It's going to be more like a pyramid design with little bits coming out at different angles, and as you put it in, that allows you to turn those cranks.
Ah. Does that, from looking at that, does it look like it's like a tooth thing from what I can see, or is it just like as long as you get a triangle like shape?
Imagine a stick with parts pointing out at almost like 45-degree angles at different points along the shaft, 3 different points coming out at about a 45-degree angle, so that when you put this in, they become the teeth of the gears to help turn those gears into place.
Got you. It's like one of those what do you call it? Those snooker steadier things, like the stick. Like
yeah. Do you know what? Yeah, for sure. That's not bad at all. The other one I can think of is like chopstick holders too. Could like be like little, the X shapes that go on the table to hold your chopsticks up. Could be like something like that too.
Got you. If I can fashion a like frozen bit of ice to sort of fit that design, so I can place it in there and see if I can use that to turn the gears.
Done. Could I get you to please push your luck? Tilla,
Certainly.
what would you like to do as you examine your chest? Are you also going to have a bit of a peekaroo, see if you can figure out what's going on with it, or are you just going to bash this off with a rock? It's just a
bash.
Yeah, it's just a padlock, Tilla.
Okay, but I'm not gonna bash it. I'm not gonna
okay.
try and accidentally break anything inside.
A sandblaster, try and whittle away at the weakest point.
I was just gonna ask if I could flood the keyhole with sand and then harden it into the shape of the key.
Yeah. Could I get you to please roll with skills and training?
Yes.
Keeko, that is a 7. Success with consequences. Tilla, that is a 5. That is a miss. Let's do Tilla first really quickly. Tilla, you begin funneling sand into the padlock. You seal it shut. You go to turn it. Nothing happens. You try again, and then the rock shatters and breaks. As you tip the shards of rock out, you can see there's now little bits of almost like petrified sand now stuck inside this thing, gunking up the mechanism. It's going to be that much harder to try and undo this padlock now. Even with the key, you're not sure it would actually work anymore. The sand has gotten caught in the mechanism and has now completely fucked this. Scientific term. Keeko, as you freeze the water into the shape that you think is most appropriate, obviously you can't just pour water in and freeze it. Water expands. That's going to be a big problem. Definitely won't be able to get that key out and turn it. You do it outside. You sort of roughly guess what you're going to need. Push it in, slowly turn. It's a bit of friction, but after a moment, as you fashion a bit of a lever to then turn, you hear the sound of clicking and a clunk, and then the latch of the chest opens up. As you open the chest and peer inside, at first it just appears to be full of straw. You can see layers and layers of tightly packed straw spilling out as soon as you unlock and open the chest, seemingly compressed and really packed in. But as you pull aside the straw, 4 glass vials of a dark black oily substance sit nestled inside the chest itself. One of the vials has cracked and broken. You can see that the glass has probably hit against the side. It's the one on the further side of the chest, you suspect, when the ship crashed into the sea floor. This one wasn't quietly packed on the side enough. It has cracked and shattered, but 3 vials still remain. And I guess there's still like half a vial of oil of this oily ink still inside the broken vial, but you're gonna have to put it into something else. It's already starting to dry out. You can see it's thickening and becoming quite gunky.
Mm-hmm. I get a bit of the straw and just like for the ink on there, just draw like a big smiley face on my hand as I show it to everyone like, hey!
And there's the Brandon we know.
Guys, we got the squid ink.
It's weird. A moment later, this paralysis begins to set in as crab squid ink is a known No. Okay, I'm kidding.
Okay. I remember that happening.
Couldn't resist. Keeko, you may add to your inventory 3 vials of crab squid ink.
3 vials of crab squid ink. Hell yeah.
Well done. Jedd, as you see Keeko stand up holding his hand with a little smiley face drawn on it in this black viscous ink, you look at the barrel. The barrel is not sealed or nailed down. The top is actually partly loose. You can see that the ice that was sort of frozen around it to raise it to the surface is actually cracked and broken some of the outer sections of the barrel itself. As you crack open the lid, you don't need to make any rolls or checks. It's not sealed, not locked. As you crack it open, smell of seawater assaults your nose. And as you look inside, you can see it is full to the brim of various supplies and food, all swimming in a large amount of seawater, slowly draining out the bottom onto the sand, leaving behind some very salty apples, some very soggy bread, some tea that has just opened and spilled all throughout this. It is technically a giant barrel of tea now at this point.
Yeah.
Just a bit salty than what one might like. Not quite a cold brewed tea.
Seeing that it's all basically ruined, I will just sort of tip it out to see if there's anything like hidden amongst it at the bottom.
Very nice, Jedd. As you tip the barrel over, contents poof, onto the beach, you watch as the various foodstuffs go spinning away. Jedd. Small leather bag tied to the bottom of the barrel. You hear a loud chinking, clunking sound as it hits the side of the barrel as you tip it over, and as the seawater pulls out of the foodstuffs, you can see what looks like a leather coin purse hidden inside the food barrel, tied to the bottom.
Yes, money.
As you reach inside and pull it out, look inside. Jedd, you're not quite sure what the story is with this. Maybe one of the pirates was sneaking away some gold, keeping it hidden, squirreling it away for a rainy day. Maybe this was an official way to keep the gold stored so that if they were stopped or pulled over by military or any of the other pirate hunters, maybe they could try and bluff that they didn't have any gold or any stolen goods. But whatever the reason, there's a decent amount of gold in here. 123 gold pieces as you begin ticking through them. Wait, let me know when you've written it down. I'll give you the rest.
3 gold, yep.
123 gold, 217 silver.
Jesus.
Nice.
Yep.
And a large ruby, which, looking over, you estimate to the right buyer, could be worth quite a bit of money. The currency is a mixture of Earth Fire Nation with a few Water Tribe coins mixed in as well.
Mixture of currency.
How funny would it be if you just tipped it on the ocean? Just like, it's useless.
No, because it's tied to the bottom of the barrel.
We're looking for furs! As he just tips it into the water.
This is useless to me!
Very nice. Very, very nice, Andrew.
Cool. I'll most definitely stash that away.
You watch as Kyu opens up one of the crates. Inside, very wet, but possibly salvageable, a large number of fur and hides, which seem to be, some of which look like they were waterproofed, some of them are not, but going through it as she begins to sort of go through the fur and hides, helping her out, probably about 25% of them can be saved. So a quarter of a barrel, a quarter of a crate of hide and furs can be salvaged from that. Keeko, do you want to add that to your inventory? Because Ko's going to hold on to it for now, and it kind of makes sense that you'd be helping manage Ko's inventory too.
Was it 12 about 12 hide in the first.
25%, quarter of a crate. Yeah, just say quarter of a crate, because that's easy to keep track of, because like you were told to, I think it was 5 crates of fur and hide, so at least you're part of the way there.
Quarter of a crate.
Tilla, everyone's opening up goodie boxes and yours won't open. What are you going to do about it?
Can I smash the lock?
Smash the lock. Fucking called it, guys. Fucking called it. How do you smash the lock? What do you do?
Well, when the delicate way doesn't do it, you smash it.
Hey, you don't need to tell me that every solution is a hammer when every problem looks like a nail. I'm on board. Let's fucking go. How do you smash it? What do you do?
Can I just encase my fist in solidified sand?
Yeah.
Like both of them? So I'm just like trying to bash it onto my own fist.
Yeah. Of course you fucking can. Yeah.
Yeah,
Punch,
like-
yeah. For sure.
Yeah, so sensor glove, lock, sensor glove, smash.
Yeah, for sure. This is definitely skills and training roll. You've done this before.
Yes.
This is 7. It takes you a couple of goes to smash onto your hand and get it lined up quite right. But after the 4th attempt, you hear a telltale crack. And you watch as you pull your fist away, sections of broken hinge and broken shaft of that padlock arm break off in your hands, the chest in front of you, ready to be opened. As you slowly lift the latch, peer on inside Tilla. At first, the chest appears to be full of this messy, almost like pulpy, fibrous white mass of something. And as you kind of like push through a little bit, you realize this probably was paper, specifically papyrus, that has gotten quite wet. Whatever was written on these pages, whatever was recorded here, is a soggy mass that is going to be virtually impossible to figure out any details from as you begin pulling out these handfuls of completely ruined paper. Like, basically imagine like you've just put you have a whole bunch of scrunched up paper in your pockets, you put it through the washing machine, it's come back out. It's just absolutely
it's just bits of
ruined.
mush, yeah.
You're just like pulling out handfuls, chucking it on the beach. The ink has run through it. You're getting little blue ink stains on your hands as you sort of go through this. There's a lot of paper here. But right at the bottom, stuck in amongst a bit of this massy, pulpy mess, is a wax seal, probably what was sealed on an envelope. Now, the envelope's gone. It is completely disintegrated, but the wax has remained, and you can see where the wax seal, bits of that pulpy mess still attached to the back of it. The top of the seal, Tilla, you immediately recognize. It's the seal of the Earth Queen. Seal of the royal family of Ba Sing Se. It's the official seal.
Oh, shit.
Why the pirates had this or what was written on that paper, you have no idea. Because someone blew up the boat and sent it down to the bottom of the bay.
Mm-hmm. I wonder who that was.
Yeah, but that wax seal, you were not expecting to see that symbol mixed in amongst pirate shit. Absolutely not. Somewhere up on the mountain, you can feel Lilly. This like momentary sense of frustration. You're not sure where it came from, but for a moment you feel this little momentary sense of frustration just waft across, disappear into the ether once again.
Can I stash the seal?
Yes. Are you kind of sort of keeping it secret from the others, or are you just...
Yes. They're not seeing this.
Okay, you're making sure no one else can see this. Yeah, absolutely. Could I get you to please... I'm going to say this falls probably more under like a trick. Because you're trying to kind of like distract them with this pulpy mess that you're throwing on the ground and then quickly hiding away. I think this would kind of fall under a trick roll. Could you do a trick roll for me, please?
Sure thing. 5. Fuck.
As you go to try and sort of secret this away, your fingers, which are covered in this wet, pulpy mass, are a bit slippery. You immediately drop the seal, trying to secret it into your pocket, and it rolls across the ground and lands in front of Jedd. Jedd, you watch as Tilla scoops out handfuls of shit, throws it on the beach, and then just drops this weird green wax seal that rolls across the sand and lands in front of you, face down at this point.
I'll go to pick it up. I don't know. Yep, cool. I'll just pick it up. She didn't try and stop me. That's fair.
You just pick it up. Yeah.
I don't recognize what it is. Probably right.
Could I get a? I'm going to say this probably falls under an assess a situation, or yeah, this is a assess a situation roll. Let's see if you recognize it. I would like to address the comment in chat that Owen's making stuff up. Yes, that's what this all is. That's the whole Lost Archives. It's just me making shit up and us playing along.
I think it's a vegetable of some kind.
What was your roll? Is that sorry?
Zero.
You got a 0.
How?
He rolled 2 ones and he's -2.
Because I have. I'm angry. I'm an angry boy.
Oh, yeah.
That might be our first 0. I don't think we've had a 0 before. We've had a 1 before.
We've had no.
Have we had a negative?
Before?
Oh,
We've had a
actually,
negative.
Embers of War. I think Dave might have got a negative in one of his things.
We got a negative one, yeah.
Because Dave rolled 2 ones and had a -3 to something because of a condition and his natural stats. I think from memory, I'm trying to think. I think it was Dave who did this. I could be wrong, but that's amazing.
It was definitely someone.
Jedd, as you pick this up,
Funny.
you know what this is? It's just green waxy stuff. It's been in a chest full of weird.
Ugh.
Like it looks like toilet paper that wet toilet paper she's scooping out and throwing on the ground. Actually, there wouldn't be toilet paper in the world of Avatar. It looks like when you've cooked a lot of rice and you've forgotten to turn the fire off. You've got to put the fire out, and you're left with this like starchy, glutinous mass of water. So you've served all the rice, but the water's still in there, and it's kind of solidified and taken on this slippery, wet, like cohesive surface. Or if you've cooked fresh pasta, this happens a lot when you're cooking fresh pasta. You get like this like very thick, gluggy pasta water. Yeah, this is gross, and she's just touching it. You can see why she threw it on the ground. Gross.
Gross. I'll just throw it away.
When you say throw it away, what are you doing? Are you like just chucking it into the ocean? Are you just like throwing it on the ground behind you?
I just chuck it over my shoulder, like just chuck it behind me somewhere.
Yeah, so you just watch as he just throws it into the bushes behind him. Just chucks it into the scrub that borders the top of the sand dunes.
Fuck you.
A 0 is a 0. A 0 is a 0.
Can I go look for it?
Jedd, you watch as Tilla doesn't say anything. She throws this on the ground next to you. You pick it up. Tilla sort of goes to say something, stops herself. You don't know why. You throw it away. She immediately throws you a filthy look and then storms off to go and find it. What's going on with her?
She crawls up the sand dune like on all fours like a gremlin, just like.
No, she like gets down like a mole and like using her sand bending, like scoots through the sand like a mole, like half buried in the sand dune.
First she was angry off to the distance, and now she's angry at me. What's happening, guys?
You know what's going on with that. Tilla, while you run up to go and find the seal, could you please make me an assess a situation roll? While she's doing this, Keeko, Jedd, what are the two of you doing? What's going on?
Okay, I'm gonna re-pad down. Oh, I'm not taking the vials out of the chest. Seems like obviously one's broken. Not risking just stuffing into my coat pocket, let alone being covered in that stuff. So
There's a paralytic here.
You already have like a permanent smile imprinted on your hand.
Yeah, like I'm wondering how.
I haven't revealed yet that this is also used as tattooing.
How off is it?
Oh, okay, cool.
No, I don't know. Look, we'll see. We'll have to see. We'll save that for later when he tries to wash it off. Yeah.
Please don't let that come up. It's going to be so funny.
Look, let me put it this way. I'm not saying it's permanent, but your kids are going to inherit it. So like, make of that what you will.
I'm just living up my pirate life. Like, this is my black mark and the black spot.
Black spot? It's a smiley face. Yar, these seas be vile. I was cursed with the black spotty smile.
Oh, it just.
It's got a rhyme. Yeah.
So good. But yeah, pack it up, close it up nice and tight, make sure it's all. Alright. Guys, we got the squid ink. Got 3. One's broken. And happy days is what it is. We can chuck this bad boy in the boat.
Considering the boat blew up, the fact that you've salvaged 3 is nothing less than phenomenal.
That's a miracle, yeah.
I rolled to see how
Yeah,
many survived. I did a percentile dice off screen, and I rolled to see how many survived. I rolled above 75, which means more than 75% was successfully preserved.
Woo!
There's an 81 that I rolled.
Dang.
So
That's
It
really
could have
good.
been, if it had been less than 10, there was none. You would have opened it up and it just would have been full of this soggy black ink. That would have been it.
give that to him. That'd be fine. Just inky hay. Oh yeah.
Hey.
Dragon.
Meals.
I noticed that you've rolled a 4 and then attempted to roll a second dice. I imagine hoping that I wouldn't notice the first roll.
No, because I want to use one of my
Birthday inspiration.
Yeah, I want to use my inspiration.
Fair.
I want that. I
Fair.
want that seal with me. Thank you very much.
We shall use the second roll. In this case, it is a 9. Tilla, it doesn't take you too long. You very quickly, after like scrabbling through the sand like a mole, you do find the seal. It's just sitting half lodged in one of the sort of spindly branches of this very small, like scrubby she oak on the side of the dunes. Let's jump over with Lilly. I think let's see how Lily's doing with Ted.
Hi, I'm here.
Hey, aren't you stoked that Archie didn't show up tonight?
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah.
For sure.
Oh wait, I know exactly how I'm going to do this. Lilly, as we finished, we left off last session as you sort of saw this old airbender you don't recognize, long silvery beard, tied up at a few different points, basically laying into Ted and saying how disappointed he is, how let down he is, and you kind of jumped in at the last second, tried to kind of
Conned him.
deflect. Yeah, you did the con. You tried to kind of deflect away from Ted and kind of blamed you and Yara and your I guess like excitement at being in the Southern Air Temple for the delay in reporting to Sayan. And Sayan kind of bought this, and so you were all invited to have a bit of a debrief in his office. Sayan
And we
leads
get
you-
some kind of useful resource or information.
Yeah. I know exactly how I'm going to do this. Don't worry. I've got this.
Hell
all
yeah.
sorted. As Sayan leads you down the corridor, you can see shelves and shelves of scrolls and books all lined up around. No fire. There's no lanterns or candles in here. Instead, you can see along the top of the bookshelves a series of polished bronze mirrors have been assembled with skylights at key locations at the edge walls of the library. As the light passes through, it reflects off these bronze mirrors, diffusing the light and creating this soft, warm glow inside the library that kind of pervades every aspect of it. It's quite beautiful. Let me talk in Lily's subconscious. Yeah, I mean, no candles. I'm fucking nerds. As you make your way down past the shelving towards a series of doorways that seem to indicate a series of reading rooms or offices, hard to kind of say, Sayan pauses as he gets to the door for a moment, turns and slowly looks around at the 4 of you, Yara, Kyoshi, and Ted.
Yes, I think it's best we talk through what happened. I want to get an understanding of the situation and... But there are times when groups can accidentally mislead, can share information that can... Memory is a fragile thing. As I get older, I realize this, and I have read a series of treatises. Very famous Airbender monk who discussed the idea of memories being corruptible, being influenced by those around them. Merely hearing the retelling of an event by another can change your memory of that event. Perhaps it is best that I take a bit of time with each of you to get an understanding of what happened. Just one at a time. To see if I can untangle this mess.
Yeah, that's right, Bree. You were so sad that you weren't being focused on. Guess what?
No one's gonna be there to punch like Archie's character.
This is going to be so much worse than any other outcome.
I know, that's why when I was like, oh, I know how to do this, I realized how bad this was for Archie when he comes back.
SCP knowledge kicked in. Like, oh my
Yeah.
god, it's a magnetic SCP. It just goes by pure thoughts and transfers.
I'm just doing basic witness
be
statement
honest.
techniques. This is just basic human
I don't know
psychology.
I thought like something along the similar line of like they're gonna do some sort of ritualistic shit and just look at their memories.
It's
Nah,
like,
man.
what?
Why?
Where
No-
did you
no
go,
need.
Graves?
I forgot that we're an avatar, and that also doesn't exist. I don't think.
Well, we haven't seen
Harry
it in the
Potter pull out a
shows.
memory thing.
I don't pull out a memory.
Only you could pull out prejudice the same way, huh, JK? Yeah, so we... yeah, fuck you. Absolutely go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. Yeah. From me to you. Go fuck yourself. Yeah, so I think in the world of Avatar, we've not seen anyone do memory shit. I'm not apologizing. We've not seen anyone do memory shit or anything like that, but it doesn't mean it's not possible. I reckon there would be, if any group would have kind of come up with some way of like influencing or using some kind of like spiritual connection technique, it'd be the Airbenders for sure. Yeah, nomads. But look, we could do that, or I could just go with the tried and true method of taking a witness statement. Like, let's go. Yeah, Sayan kind of pauses, looks over the group of you, and goes,
Well, young lady, I imagine there's much you'd like to see and do. You're very excited to explore the air temple. Why don't we get yours over and done with first? Come in. Then you can go and explore the gardens.
Okay.
Maybe if you're hungry, we could send you down to the kitchens. I think there are some freshly baked tarts. Should be ready. If you're hungry.
I do like tarts. Tarts are pretty good.
Good. Well, come in. Let's have a bit of a chat, and we'll see what we can untangle. The rest of you, please, feel free to take a seat in the lounge area over here. There are some cushions that you may sit on. Any of the scrolls you wish to peruse. Just don't wander too far, okay?
you watch as Kyoshi nods solemnly and goes and takes a cross-legged seat. Looking like a meditative position, somewhat ruined by the fact she like holds it for about 2 seconds and then kicks her feet up on top of one of the nearby stools and lies down. She tried. Yara is a bit more disciplined. Yara goes and has a bit of a look through the shelving, pretty excited by the whole experience of the archive. Lilly, you can see Yara is actually pretty curious about this. Ted looks pretty nervous and is shooting you wide-eyed, duck deer in the headlights, kind of like a gaze over towards you, trying to indicate something. You're not sure what.
Considering he's the one who's going to fuck this up for all of us, I don't think he can give me that look.
Do you know what? That's so fair. Yeah, you just look back, Lilly, and just like shake your head, give me a little disgust. So you squint your eyes at him, wrinkle your nose, and then follow Sayan into the room. Sayan's study, office, sitting room. You're not too sure what the name of it is. Posh folk have weird names for rooms. It's a room where you sit down and read
Interrogation
stuff.
room.
Probably, yeah. I mean, look, as far as interrogation rooms go, you've not seen a huge amount. More than your average 12-year-old. Way more. But this is way more comfortable. Certainly way more furnished. And as you are directed to a large cushion on the floor, no seats, no desks or anything like that. It's all very much like small benches to hold items, little stools to like piled high with books, and a number of cushions laid out on the floor in a little semicircle. Sayan gestures for you to take a seat on one of the cushions and then sits down, cross-legged, back straight. We can see that he's sort of looking you up and down, taking a bit of a stock of you, and I should ask you, what do you do?
I guess I'd probably just like sit
Stab the
down
cunt.
and then kind of
Yep.
look around and like be like fidgeting a little bit because I'm like pretty uncomfortable in this room.
Yeah.
And also, why are there no chairs? That's so weird.
Yeah,
And you're reflecting on this, Lilly. You've not seen many chairs. Like there were stools, or I guess like benches in the cafeteria. You're just now realizing they're the only seats you've seen since coming to the Southern Air Temple.
And then
Maybe
also
they've not
weird.
discovered this technology yet.
They can't figure out how to build them yet.
Hey, look, they're not earthbenders, right? Earthbenders, you just slam your foot down, boom, instant seat. Airbenders,
Yeah, it's
who
a bit
knows?
harder with air.
Maybe they make air seats. Who knows? As Sayan sort of looks at you, notices you kind of looking around, being a bit fidgety, gives you a very kindly smile. His gaze softening a little bit.
Do you want some tea? You seem a bit distracted.
What kind of tea?
Well, I have some black tea, some jasmine tea, lavender, some other herbal teas. Got a very nice green tea, a matcha.
I'll take some of that. Sure. I feel like out of all of those, like green tea or matcha is probably the one that she's had the most.
Oh yeah, you've stolen.
Growing up,
You've stolen a couple
in the
from
tea house that she blew up. Like that was their specialty.
That's specialty. Yeah. As it rained down matcha, Lily's just like catching like rain on her tongue. It was rather ruined by the blood as well, but like we don't need to worry about that. Yeah. Lily watches Seon, nods, smiles, slowly stands up. You hear the click of his knees as he stands back up, and then wanders over to a small fire pit over the side. The embers glowing softly. Removes a very large cast iron kettle and begins pouring out little cups of tea. Pulls out little bamboo whisks the matcha, a couple of teaspoons, brings it over and hands you a little carved wooden mug, flowing symbol of the air nomad, spiraling winds across the side of the mug as he hands it to you.
It's quite hot, so take a moment as long as you need to sip. Now, what's your name, child? My name's Master Seon. I was Ted's teacher for a time.
I'm Lily.
Lily, what a lovely name.
Before you give me that look, Andrew, I don't trust Archie to not just call me Lily.
No. I don't trust him to call you Lily. That's the problem.
I just take a guess at what random flower he's going to pull out of the ether.
Well, it's not going to be a flower. If you pick a flower, he's going to call you like Crystal. If you pick a gemstone or something, he's going to call you fucking Oleander. Like, who knows? I don't know what he's going to do.
I was like,
save that name.
No matter what you say here, there's no correct answer that Jedd's going to follow up with.
And Kyoshi knows me as Lily, and Yara knows me as Lily. So, like,
that's a good call.
Stories have to match
Top of
up.
the bases, Jedd's just an idiot.
The best bit is by picking Lily, the only inconsistent story with your name is going to be Ted, which puts even more of the focus on him. So all you're doing really in this instance is doing a better job of deny, deflect, depart than Ted is.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. I like it. I like how in each campaign we've got someone who we come up with like a 3-word thing for. For R, it was gaslight, gatekeep. What was the last one for R? Firelord. No, that was genocide. It was genocide. War crime, genocide. What was that one for the Firelord? I remember. It was really funny. I liked that.
I think it changed every time we used it.
Yeah,
honestly.
we just added new ones in each time. Yeah, Lily. It's you.
What a lovely name. I think, yes. My teacher, when I was young, he's Sky Bison. Faithful companion for many years. She was also called Lily.
Are you saying I look like a bison?
No, the bison came first. Unless your parents somehow met the Sky Bison Lily and named her after you. I doubt that very much, though.
I doubt that.
Could just be a coincidence, then. Perhaps my master heard the name. Is it a popular name where you're from?
I wouldn't say it is. I can't say I've ever met another Lily.
You haven't? Okay, interesting. And I mean, I take it from your garb, from your accent, you've travelled quite a distance to be at the Southern Air Temple, Lily.
Yeah, I'm from Ba Sing Se. Most people name their kids after rocks.
Right. I had heard that Earth Nation citizens, how do I put this? Sometimes lack imagination.
Not all there.
Kids. Yes, I had heard that. Yes, and well, Ba Sing Se, that's half a world away, and traveling with the Avatar, I must say, it sounds like you've been on some adventures. Would that be fair to say?
I believe that would be fair to say, yes.
Indeed. And Ted, how did you bump into Ted?
We both answered Kyoshi's call for aid.
Indeed. I had heard the Avatar was looking for allies, and the peninsula, Yokoya Peninsula, yes.
Yeah.
And I must say, for one as young as yourself, quite a noble thing answering the call of the Avatar to go and help the Avatar build a better future, I think is how I heard it put. That's a very noble thing to do. Really? What?
I didn't have anything else going on, so...
No, I imagine in a city such as Ba Sing Se, it must be quite boring. Nothing to do.
As he gives you a very pointed look.
Such a quiet place, Ba Sing Se.
Well, Ba Sing Se don't appreciate it when you don't have a family home to go back to.
Yes. Yes, you would not be the first I've met who has had a bit of a rough start traveling through the Earth Kingdom. They do not do all that is required to take care of their citizens, and charity is not something that comes naturally, especially to those who have so much and live in such privileged luxury. The upper city of Ba Sing Se, I imagine it was quite a tough time growing up on the streets, from the sounds of it.
You could say that, yeah.
And yet, that experience, you still wanted to give back to the world. You saw, or you heard, I imagine, the Avatar's call for help, and you thought you'd try your best to help her. That's a very noble thing, even more so given your experiences on the street. One fights for survival. It's very unlikely that they think of others' needs first.
How could a young Earth Kingdom girl with nowhere else to go not idolize Kyoshi? She's a strong Earth Kingdom woman. She's very powerful, and she's doing right by herself and the world. Like, how could I not idolize that and want to learn from her?
Very nicely done, Bree. Have you been reading the Shadow of Kyoshi novels?
I haven't, actually.
Indeed. Well, I'm going to give you some information then, because you're doing very well.
Indeed, yes, you raise a very good point. Kyoshi, it is true, grew up not really knowing her parents, as an orphan on the street, taken in, to Avatar Manor to be a companion. Yes, I can see why you would look up to Kyoshi. It makes a lot of sense to me, hearing this, why you would risk your life, your future, to go and help the Avatar. And I mean, answer this as honestly as you wish. You can tell me if I'm probing too much, but I had a daughter. I still have a daughter. She's just grown up and moved away, and I don't know why I worded that so weirdly. I have a daughter, and when she was young, I often worried after her, and I take this as the worry of an old man, of a grandfather now. Are you safe with what you're doing, Lilly? Are you safe and well?
She's the trouble.
Motherfucker, I am the danger. I happen to other people. People wake up in a cold sweat thinking of what I'm going to do to them. Bandits all across these fucking 4 nations quake. The sound of my name and the squeak of my tiny little boots walking across the sand.
Jesus.
I'm really enjoying this beer. It's really inspiring me.
This is how you sold her, okay? You only have yourself to blame.
That's true. I would say compared to most people probably on this path to aiding Kyoshi, I'm probably safer than most.
That is a flat out lie, Lilly. Could I please get you to trick an NPC?
No. Right now I'm traveling with Kyoshi. I am the safest person possible working with Kyoshi right now. I'm very protected.
You were also with Kyoshi when you detonated the ship. You would know in your mind.
I was the safest person on that beach.
You would know in your mind if a piece of shrapnel had gone the wrong way. You saw what happened to King. I think in the aftermath of the explosion, Lilly, you cannot not have realized how close to death all of you were. King, his spine was severed by a shard of this metal blown off the ship. He was standing 3 meters in front of you.
It sucked to be him.
On
It really
the
fucking
other hand, though, On the other hand, for Lily's point, we were all trying to protect her.
Yep, I
Like,
have the
everyone
most
was-
protection. I have the
Everyone was
security
like
detail.
making sure she was getting out safe.
In that case, then what I'll do, could I please get you to still roll? Because you're not, like, the word safe here, it can do a lot of heavy lifting, but not that much heavy lifting. Like, you're adding a lot of words like comparatively. I'm gonna make I'll add a +1 to this.
Well, that makes it a 10 then.
That's a 10. That is a full success. As you blatantly lie to this old man who has shown you nothing but kindness
Who I
and
have already
respect.
conned and lied to previously.
Why stop at one lie? When you've already got people believing one lie, you may as well go for gold and live your entire life as a lie for them.
See, the trick with lying, though, is you sprinkle in just enough of the truth that you don't have to keep up with the lies.
We, the Lost Archives, don't condone any level of lying to your friends, family, or loved ones. But people who have fucked you over or people who are actively trying to, just fucking go for it. I say lie absolutely to them. And you can get away with it to any business. Yeah. So as you... Brandon wasn't saying it, I had to. As you con this old man directly to his face, he just sort of nods and goes,
Oh, that is a relief to hear. I was a bit worried seeing you traveling with the Avatar. I know Kyoshi walks a dangerous road, dangerous pathway. I was scared, concerned that you might be caught in the crossfire of some of the more dangerous situations. But it sounds like your friends and the Avatar are keeping you out of danger, for the most part.
Yep.
So, you and Ted, you said Ted also answered the call to Kyoshi. I was not aware that he had gone to go and side with Kyoshi. Now, your little group, the ones outside, is that all of you, or are there others who travel with?
There are some others that we travel with.
Oh, that's lovely. They couldn't make it, or are they busy cleaning up what happened on the beach? Obviously, I understand that was a pretty... From the reports I've received, it was a rather dire scene, and I'm pleased that you're not there. I hope you weren't exposed to too much of what happened there.
Oh, no, I was in the cabins still. I only heard the blast from a distance. But yeah, they are currently at the beach, just trying to salvage, I guess, what they can.
Careful, that tea is hot. Try not to choke on it. Yes. Or your lies! Yes, indeed. And these others, if I may ask, who else travels with you? I'd be curious to know who has answered the call and taken on a noble burden like yourself with assisting the Avatar. Is Rangi?
Well,
I know Rangi works with the Avatar. Is she there?
No, she's overseeing the rebuilding of Avatar Manor.
Of course, I did see that in a report. Yes, of course.
Yeah, you get a lot of reports.
I do, yes. Well, one of our duties here at the Southern Air Temple is to document changes in the world, record accurate histories. You'd be surprised how many of the other nations, I don't mean to sound callous, but are willing to adjust accounts of what has happened. It is important to remember truth, objective history, and keep a record of it. So we at the Southern Air Temple, we do our best to record events for posterity, for future reference.
That's a very noble effort. What exactly did the report of what happened at the beach say?
Well, that is an interesting one, and I will absolutely take a bit of time to go over the situation with you to compare what I've heard from Lishi, from her brother. But I think first we should hear what you experience. Sounds like not much, but if you could take me through. Companions? You said Rangi's not with you, but there are others traveling. Who is there with you?
Well, we had some waterbenders. You met Yara outside?
Yes, Yara. She looks like a pretty capable young lady.
Yeah, so she's not alone. Like, she didn't answer Kyoshi's call. We just kind of caught up with her. And there's her two friends, Ko and... Oh, mental blank.
Here.
Kyu. You? Yeah.
Q.
So they helped with like travel and boats and stuff. And there's another waterbender who I'm pretty sure is dating Ko. His name's Keeko, so it's kind of funny because their ship is just Coco.
Their ship? A boat. They've named their boat Coco.
Well, they
That's the
should,
galleon.
but no, it's their
galleon.
relationship name.
Oh. Interesting. And this Keeko, he was with the other waterbenders, or?
Yeah.
He travelled with.
Well, he's been traveling with the other waterbenders.
Right. And he wasn't part of your group who answered the call with Kyoshi.
I think he was talking about it. I don't remember if he was there though.
Okay.
Right at the beginning.
Can't tell.
But that is a lie.
That's just a lie.
It is a lie. But we're gonna carry on because I want to see how many lies you tell and how bad they are for the role.
and anyone else?
For podcast listeners, Bree's currently eating her own hair. She's got it pulled down over her face. She's just looking pretty stressed, which I imagine, given that Bree's doing it, I think Lily's also chewing on a little lock of hair at this point.
Yeah, probably. For podcast listeners, Andrew is also praying to the gods.
Andrew is praying. Yeah. Never. I thought you were a nihilist like me, mate. Have you found religion right now?
Yeah. Right now.
And I will abandon it just as quickly if this goes poorly. Yeah, go on.
We met a bounty hunter from the Siwong Desert. She's pretty cool.
A bounty hunter? Dangerous people, bounty hunters, who, a rugged, traveling group who, have no master but the coin that they gain.
Oh,
in
no, she
exchange.
has a master. She's like a deputy or something.
So from the Siwong, so she would be, okay, so she's an official part of, right, official law enforcement then, right, that's a bit different to a bounty hunter, maybe, in that case then, I am pleased that there is some legitimate law enforcement traveling with your group, that is good to hear, it is a shame that this person did not come. I would have been very anxious to speak with someone who does work in the prevention of crime, and I'd be very interested to hear their account. If I do get a chance to speak with them, I think that would be excellent.
She's a pretty good storyteller, honestly. So I think you should try to meet with her at some point.
Wonderful. I will make that a priority once we're finished here. Yes.
Yeah.
And anyone else? Any other airbenders, perhaps?
No, she just wants you to confirm it.
You know Jedd has a brother, right?
I was aware, yes.
Yeah.
But I was under the impression... Yes, Jedd. Yes, he was a former pupil of the Air Nation. Unfortunately, his actions led to his banishment from our temples.
Yeah, I still don't really know what he did, but he's like my best friend.
Killed a number of people.
Don't you dare say same.
Oh
my god, that's hot.
Meta.
What's his KDA? What are his numbers?
What's his tally? We're speed running to 12. Let's go.
He certainly didn't mention that.
I imagine he would be anxious not to. It is a rather shameful thing, the taking of a life. And probably a discussion not best had with a child.
Oh. Curiosity for curiosity's sake, how did he do it?
I cannot share too many details. This is Jedd's burden to bear, but I will say in his mind, he believed he was doing the right thing. He believed he was protecting others. I and much of the Air Temple, much of the Air Nation believe that it is the act itself, not the intention, that carries the weight of judgment. And
so given that, as per our discussions, you keep meticulous records over the truth of what has happened, I feel like it would be best to hear from you what he did, because he might try to sugarcoat it to me since we're close. And I don't know if I want to be traveling with someone who's capable of horrible things.
I'm going to say, can you roll a plead?
Sure.
Plead with an NPC.
Oh, my harmony is not great. Oh, that's an 8.
Doesn't matter.
You watch as Seon pauses for a moment, nods.
I can't give you too many of the details. They are not fit for the ears of a child such as yourself. I'm worried I might give you nightmares, but suffice it to say, Jedd and his master, another airbender,
I thought you were his master.
Oh, no, Ted. I am Ted's master. Jedd was never my pupil. If Jedd had been my pupil, his behavior would never have escalated to the point that it did. I would have kept him very much on the right pathway. Where I have gone wrong with Ted, well, I worry the influence of his brother has led him astray. Jedd and his master foresaw a attack. Group of boats filled with people who wished harm upon some innocent farmers and settlers.
I like the Fifth Nation.
Yes. Jedd and his master called upon a storm to drive back the boats, but boats would not be so easily dissuaded. And so they escalated their airbending, creating such a furious maelstrom it sank a number of the vessels, drowning those on board.
But they were bad people, right?
Is anyone truly bad? Is it true that no one can be redeemed? There is no hope? People cannot change?
I
Given
guess.
the right opportunity, the right circumstances? Jedd took that choice away
actions,
from him.
How much did he, how much damage to other people did he prevent? It sounds like they were going to do some awful things.
Ah, I see we're going to have a philosophical discussion. So, if I could help 10 people by killing one person, should I? Let's say I had 10 people who were very sick, needed help. And by killing that one person, I could provide them with the help. Perhaps their organs that
they wouldn't have surgical organ transplants at this point.
They would.
How do I convert this into Avatar?
Let's say there is a mine. Some earthbenders are trapped, unable to escape. I can save 10 of them by flooding one room, allowing them to swim to safety, but the person in the one room who cannot swim will drown. What should I do?
The good of the many over the good of the one.
Really? So easy? What if it was 5 people? Kill 5 people to save 5 people?
Pull them each individually into this room, determine if they're good people or not, and then put them back in the mine, and then kill the bad ones.
Who judges? who chooses? Do I get to choose who is good and who is evil? I think I would do a fairly good job, but would I get it right
You could
every
put them
time?
in front of a jury of their peers. That
Jury of
seems
their
to
peers.
work in the Earth Kingdom.
Does it though? I hear that corruption runs to the very heart of the Earth Kingdom. The rich pay money, escape trial, escape even consequence for their actions.
Yeah, but see, if they were actually judged by a jury of their peers, then they wouldn't. Yeah, that part runs deeper. But the jury of the peers works.
Herein lies the problem. We can talk about these scenarios, and in an ideal world, they would be true. We could trust in such things, but unfortunately, people can be selfish, people can be greedy, people can make poor decisions. It is not up to us to limit their choices, limit their options, and certainly not on us to be judge, jury, and executioner all in one. And that is what Jedd took on that fateful afternoon. He decided the fate of these people. He decided their guilt. and he meted out their sentence, him and his master together. A sentence that he determined to be correct. And that is why he is not a member of the air temples. He has been banished from our halls, from our sacred grounds.
But do you not believe he can be redeemed?
I do believe he can be redeemed, but I do think he needs to spend some time learning the lessons we have tried to teach. And I am frightfully concerned that has not happened. The reports from my 2 acolytes traveled with Ted. Ted came to us, probably are aware, last night.
Yeah, he mentioned it.
Yes, in the afternoon. Very concerned about his brother. Concerned for you as well, your friends. Yes, he was. He was concerned that you might be in danger.
That doesn't sound like Jedd.
Well, he came here and made a very impassioned speech. A shit one, but an impassioned speech. He doesn't say that. He doesn't say that. He made a very impassioned speech, and while his words were not convincing to many, I could sense the passion behind them and the drive behind them. And he was concerned for his friends, and he pled for a number of our airbenders to travel with him to save you and your friends, your companions, from a horrible fate. Yet when 2 of my acolytes traveled with him, they reported a rather brutal scene unfolding on that beach. Can you take me through? You say you weren't present for much of it. You were in the caves, correct?
Yeah, for a good portion of it, I was kind of towards the top of the beach, kind of away from everything wherever possible. I did see Kyoshi do some wicked moves, though, when she showed up.
I imagine the Avatar indeed is capable of some wicked moves. Could you take me through, in chronological order, if possible, in order of how things unfolded?
Oh, and this was weeks ago.
Yeah. What you saw happen, how did things... I imagine the plan was not to have things unfold the way they did. Could you talk me through what happened and how things fell apart so quickly? What was there an original plan? Were you privy to such information?
All the adults kind of like go and talk and tell me to like man the boat and stuff because I'm not old enough to hear the conversations they're having. So I don't really know what like the plan was or why we were really there. I think we were looking for someone or something, and then we found them on the beach, and then all hell just kind of broke loose. And
you
then...
say all hell broke loose. Could you be a touch more specific? What happened? How did things escalate so quickly?
Well, you know the Yellownecks.
I am aware of the Yellownecks, yes.
And you know the Fifth Nation.
Yes. They have been a blight upon these oceans for some time.
Turns out the leaders of each of those don't get along.
No.
And they were like trying to get along, and then they just didn't get along. And they ended up just like, they just started a fight. Like one of them said something the other one didn't like, and then they just all started fighting.
So they had organized a meeting here to come together to try and form an alliance, or was this like a threat to each other? Stay off our turf, and we'll. Or what was your impression of the events? You seem to be quite a perceptive young lady. What did you gather?
I think the Yellownecks wanted like some kind of independence or something, but then the Fifth Nation were just like, nah, you're part of us now, and then tried to kill the boss man to like overthrow him or something.
Right, indeed. And so things started to fall apart. There was conflict between them. How did you lot get involved in this? Surely if they are attacking one another, they're going after one another.
Well, I was told to kind of keep back.
Right. Of course.
Because, well, they didn't really want me in the thick of it, apparently.
Into the
Think of it.
Into the thick of it. So you were doing. Amazing. Brandon, how has your camera failed twice in one session?
No, wait, I was
Impressive.
playing with NVIDIA for a second. It's not working. So
I was just
I'm
curious.
just gonna get back to this. There we go. I was testing. I wanted to try some new features. It wasn't working.
Indeed. So you were in the thick of it. Oh no, your friends were. You were out of the thick of it. Out of the thick of it. Yes.
Yes. And then Kyoshi showed up and she was like, "You're both bad people.
Checks out.
Stop fighting." Yeah. They didn't stop fighting, they started fighting her.
Yes.
Then she
Classic.
dispatched them.
She dispatched them, and I imagine the Avatar wielded some very powerful bending.
Yeah, she did. Ted
You
also
were very lucky.
saved her life though.
Ted saved the Avatar's life.
Yeah, so you should be a
How?
little bit nicer to your young Padawan.
How a Padawan?
Young
How did Ted save the Avatar's life? How did that happen?
Well, I don't know all the details because I wasn't really there,
You
kind of
weren't
thing.
there. Of course.
Also, I feel like this part would be true because I'm pretty sure I was actually on the boat.
You were on the boat lighting the fucking
Yeah.
fuse, yeah.
I wasn't really there for this. I don't
You
really
saw the
know
end of
what.
it, though.
Yeah, I don't really know what happened. For a little while, Kyoshi was being overwhelmed by the glass man.
You've mentioned that
and-
title, that moniker before, the Glass Man. Are you referring
Yeah.
to
And you watch as he reaches over, pulls open a scroll, reads down, and goes,
one Admiral Kong, Earthbender proficient with use of glass?
Yeah, does he have like a bunch of pieces of glass like stuck in his face?
You know the name Glass Man? I see where you got it from. Makes perfect sense.
Yeah. So yeah, he like had her trapped in like swirling glass.
Makes
and
sense.
she couldn't really.
Glass Man,
Yeah.
swirling glass. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. And then I think Ted like blasted her with air or like blasted him with air or something and like helped make that little vortex thingy like go away. Like broke his concentration on it or like got her out of I don't really know. I wasn't really there. I just
Lucky.
overheard them having a conversation afterwards.
Lucky Ted was there, and lucky my training and his work, his experience helped to pull the Avatar out of danger. And so the Avatar was trapped briefly in a vortex of glass. Ted saved her.
Yep.
Please continue.
So while all that was happening, the glass man's like second in command was trying to hurt our other friends who were trying to help defuse the situation. And then Jedd actually helped save some lives too. He helped out Tilla, the sheriff deputy person, because she was getting a bit overwhelmed as well with all these people around her, and he saved her life.
I'm very, very pleased to hear that Jedd was.
Totally didn't leave her behind. Just being totally didn't leave me behind.
yeah, it's all right, don't worry. I'm keeping track.
Indeed. and then what happened? So I'm assuming Ted, he arrived at some point because he'd been away, been up with us. He
Yeah.
arrived and saved the Avatar. And then, did you see the two my two airbending acolytes, Lishi and Nungo?
Yeah, actually, I think I did. Like, kind of towards the end of everything, they kind of like swooped down to like help.
Indeed.
I'll be honest,
And
I didn't really pay much attention to them at that point because at that point the ship was exploding and that was just all my attention on that.
Ship exploding. Tell me a bit more about that. That sounds rather dramatic.
It was pretty dramatic, honestly. A bit overkill, potentially.
What happened there?
I don't really know. We talked about it afterwards and we think someone might have like snuck onto the ship and lit a fuse, but we don't know if it was like the Yellownecks trying to get back at the pirate boys, or if it was like the pirate boys, or maybe like someone who was kept prisoner by the pirate boys like got out and like we don't really know. It just blew up.
It just blew up. My, that would have been frightening, and certainly a rather traumatic thing. It sounds like you were there to witness that.
Yeah, I was up like at the back of the beach
Hmm.
because I was wondering why they were all taking so long.
If you're wondering at what point I was going to make you roll to lie, this is that point.
Yeah.
The 10 carried me for a pretty long time.
You don't know that yet. Trick an NPC, please.
How's a 12 sound?
Jesus. You know what I'm doing?
Obviously
That'd be
sufficient.
Absolute success.
Obviously sufficient. Yeah. Lilly, this old man, like
He's eating it up.
He's sharper than he looks. But you're serving plate after plate of bullshit, and he's a hungry boy. Oh man.
I'm so glad I had such a good roll there. Oh, God.
has-
It's gone so wrong.
This has worked exceptionally well for you, and possibly exceptionally poorly for
Terrible Ted.
Archie.
Terrible Ted.
Archie is going. That same bullshit you're serving this elderly gentleman, Archie's going to be absolutely spooning in a session or two. Nom nom nom.
Oh, well, indeed. And ship exploded. I understand. We can skip over the next bit if it's a bit traumatic to relive. I understand from my reports.
Lily's
that
just like staring down at her matcha tea, like swirling it, like nodding along.
Yes, we don't need to.
Looking
we don't focus on that.
traumatized.
Let's jump ahead a little bit. We can skip over that. So, the fight's over. Threat is gone. You're reunited with your companions. Everything's well. Can you take me through what happens after that?
I went and got some water because people were thirsty.
Very, very, very good of you. Yes.
I thought so.
Yes.
And then me and Yara went and checked on our boats to make sure they hadn't been damaged by anything.
Very wise.
And then we set up camp and went to sleep.
No other notable events before bedtime.
The second in command guy was still alive.
Ah, okay. Well, it's good.
And we recruited him for Kyoshi's army.
Right. Okay. I'll be chatting to the Avatar about that one.
Hey, you said redemption is possible with everyone, and we redeemed
Yes,
him.
absolutely. I want to get a bit of an understanding of this individual and understand. I mean, how only one survivor from what sounds like. I mean, how many would you estimate were on the beach? How many Yellownecks? How many Fifth Nation? To have only a single survivor out of 20? 30? 50?
I don't think there was that many. I think there was maybe like
20.
6.
It's like 2 people.
Like,
well,
yeah.
my kill count went up by 7, so
As you said that out loud.
obviously I said that in character. Fuck, how many was there? There was like 10 or 12 or something. There wasn't many. Maybe a little bit more than 12. 15? 15?
Your kill counter, I don't think is correct. If it only went up by 7, those are the direct deaths that you saw on the beach with the tokens. There are actually more than that who were killed by the explosion. We'll need to chat about your kill count. If you only had 7 people marked off dying as a result of the boat explosion, we might need to bump that number up by a little
Actually,
bit.
no, never mind. Misread the kill counter.
Oh, what's the kill counter?
We're good. It's currently at 15.
Yes, so I think it is correct then.
Yeah.
I think it is correct.
There was only like 3 before that fight.
12
3 or 4.
is a bit more accurate, yes.
Yeah.
We're getting there.
And then there was a couple that I wasn't directly involved with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you count ones that you wounded badly? No, it's got to be direct kill, right?
No. We counted 1 or 2 assists as kills because they were directly like, even though Kyoshi like pushed them into the like ball of fire, technically I was the cause of the ball of fire, so I still took those ones as I killed them.
Then you should at least add 3 more if you're counting assists. Get that up to 18, please.
Are we catching up with Jedd? That's the only question to be answered here.
I feel like Jedd's in like the 30s or 40s or something.
Jedd,
It
how
was
many
like-
boats did you sink? Have we discussed how many boats you sank with your master?
I was like,
I think it was like
3 or
wasn't
4,
it?
right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's hard to say how many I killed. It's not important.
I don't think Jedd wants to focus on that. I would say that Jedd
Yeah,
does his
that's
very
fair.
best to not kind of reflect on how many people he killed. In Jedd's mind, they all swam away.
No, they died. But like,
No, they
it's-
died.
it's
Yeah,
fine.
they died.
They were
You still
bad
hear their
people.
screams each night.
the whole skeleton cruise that day was crazy.
Yeah, it was wild.
It was skeleton crews in both ways.
If a crew's not a skeleton crew, I fucking make it that way. Lilly, possibly 2025. So,
Indeed, well,
So yeah, I would probably say like maybe like 15 or 20, maybe 15, I think,
15,
Yeah.
20 people. Okay.
roundabout. Oh, there
And-
was like this other airbender who came along at some point. I don't know if you know him. He was wearing like all black and he spoke in a really deep, gruff voice, and he took out a couple of them as well.
Did he now?
I
would
ran
like
into him in the
it.
caves.
Stay away from that man. He is deranged and dangerous.
Seemed it. He definitely
He was-
seemed right.
He was banished from the Air Temple a very long time ago and has chosen a pathway of violence. He dresses as a,
Bit of
as
a
a giant.
vigilante.
Yes, he dresses as a giant wolf bat or something. Steer clear of him if you
Yeah.
can. I was under the impression he had travelled further north. If he is back in our airspace again, we will make sure that we do our best to send him a gentle reminder that he is not allowed near the temples any longer.
Fair enough. I don't know where he flew off to that night, but he was there and then he left.
Indeed. Are there any other important things you would like to share? Anything else pertinent that I should know?
I don't think so. I think that pretty much covered everything. Jedd was a
Wonderful.
hero, Ted was a hero, Kyoshi was a hero.
And
I
the
was
boat,
barely
the
there.
explosion, the devastation.
Yeah,
Sounds
the
like
boat
it was
exploded. We don't know how it
inflicted.
happened.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. No, I think that's everything.
Well, thank you for your patience. Thank you for your insight, and thank you for spending some time having a bit of a chat with me.
So what did
please-
your account say?
Well,
You said
I
you would
have
tell me.
here. I can take you through some of the information, but again, I've got to be a little bit careful. You're now going to head back out, and while I would hope that you would travel to the garden and maybe have a bit of an explore, I understand that it might be a bit intimidating to go by yourself, and I do need to make sure that we don't accidentally share information that might change how people perceive the event. It would completely undo the whole point of having you come in here by yourself.
That is very true. Yeah.
So-
no, zip lips.
What I will do, I will wait for the end. Once I have all the accounts, I
Okay.
will go through all the information, and together we can see if we can find the truth. But I thank you for
Okay.
your patience, young lady. Thank you, Lilly. Please, if you could send in Ted next,
Oh god.
that would be excellent.
Sure.
Actually, why don't I come with you?
Oh god.
With that, you watch as he stands slowly, takes the cup back from you. Did you drink the matcha?
Drank all
Good
of it.
matcha. Good shit.
So as he's like, how about we finish up here? I'm just like, skull the last little mouthful, hand it back off.
Smash it.
Yeah.
He mixed it really well, but it's a long conversation. There's quite a thicky, glunky
Yeah, it
layer
had
of
that
matcha
greenness at the bottom.
coating
Yeah.
your tongue. It's quite bitter. As he directs you towards the door, he opens the door, looks out. You see Yara, Ted, and Kyoshi all seated still, or Ted pacing anxiously up and down the pathway. Kyoshi still lying on the floor, boots up on the stool. Yara having a very, very good time reading through what looks like an old scroll. As soon as Sayan steps out, you watch as Ted immediately, again, duck deer in the headlights, straight away looking at you, Lilly. You watch as Sayan goes,
Well, thank you very much. Ted, please, come in. I'm very anxious to hear your report. Come and take a seat.
you watch as Ted sort of looks around nervously, wanders over towards the door as Sayan gestures him inside. Lilly, as you step out, the door closes behind you. Ted and Sayan on the other side. You watch as Kyoshi looks up, nods, and goes, "Yeah, you guys were a while. All okay?"
Yeah, it was fine. He was telling me all about his granddaughter and stuff. I don't know. Old man talks a lot.
Oh my god, I didn't even know he had a daughter, let alone a granddaughter or a son.
Apparently, he was like concerned for my welfare or something, thinking that I wasn't safe around you or something. I don't know. Old man's crazy.
Wild.
Am I gonna get told off for putting you in danger? Because like I'm gonna be honest. Her voice is shifting to Rangi's voice. Sorry.
A little bit.
Am I going to be told off for putting you in danger? Because I need to know now if I'm gonna get in trouble for that.
I told him that during all the fighting, you had told me to stay far away from the battlefield, so I was at the top of the beach. I wasn't involved at all.
So you've lied to him.
Yeah, so now you all need to lie as well. I was not there. You kept me safe. You kept me at the top of the beach. That way, neither of us get in trouble.
You know how I'm a very, very skilled bender.
Yes.
I'm not that with lying. The truth and I far more comfortable just saying things how they are. I don't think I want to know anymore. I don't really want to know how much more has happened with this.
No, that's fair. Most of what I told was the truth, other than the fact that I wasn't involved in anything. I pretty much told him that I didn't know a lot of the details about everything, and I couldn't remember a lot. But I did tell him that I was not involved whatsoever in any explosions, and that we don't know how the explosion happened.
Right. Okay. Fuck. You're putting me in a very tricky spot, Lilly.
Yeah, trick. That's what you need to do.
Here's the thing. You care what these airbenders think, right? Sounds like you do. You're lying to them, so you must care a little bit. Otherwise, you just tell them the truth.
I care what they think about Ted and Jedd. And I don't exactly want people knowing much about me wherever possible. I don't want my name in any kind of records or archives or anything as capable of doing these kinds of things. You know what I mean?
Lilly, you've signed up to work with Rangi and myself. You're going to have people probing into your past. You're going to have people writing things down. You are a public figure now.
That's fine. This is the only bad thing that's associated with my actual name that I've done in my life. So we keep this hush-hush. Everything else is fine.
And she looks around and leans in. What about the spirit?
Oh, he didn't even ask about that. I forgot to mention that. That's probably not important.
Okay.
That like completely slipped my mind. To be fair, I only really remember that he exists when sunset comes along and he just like appears. I'm like, oh yeah, that guy.
Yeah, I've noticed that you still have not come up with a plan for how to deal with that. The whole reason we're here right now. Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I'm sure that I'll be called in next.
Probably. Good luck.
Thanks. You watch as Yara like looks up and goes like, "Oh, you're out. How was it? You okay?"
It was all right. Did Yara know that I was the one that exploded the ship?
You don't know. I don't think you know.
Okay, I'll let it go. Yeah, I mean, I just had to tell him, like, I guess a bit as much as I knew about what was happening with the fight and stuff, but it was hard to really tell him a lot because I wasn't really there for most of it.
Yara sort of like gives you a bit of a look. Are you sure? You and I remember that very differently. We were like up on the bluff watching and like you were right in the thick of it.
Into the thick of it.
No, I think you're misremembering. I was up on the bluff with you. Being kept safe from any danger because Kyoshi would not put a child in danger's way.
You watch as Yara slowly nods, taps her nose and winks at you.
I'm going to go find a mango tart, depending on how well you do with this.
Sorry, hang on. Are you trying to bribe me by saying that if I do a good job, you'll give me some mango tart?
Is it going to work? Is it working?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in. Fuck yeah, let's go.
I mean, we're basically best friends now, so...
Fuck yeah, and she like goes to give you like a fist bump.
I would like to try to do call from afar.
Oh, okay. Who are you calling to from afar?
I want to try
Call
Archie.
Ted. We're going to do that next session. Let's jump back with the rest of the crew. Jedd, Keeko, Tilla.
The thing I
You have
think
no
of is just,
idea.
the answer to this situation is if Archie just watches this episode, but that ain't gonna happen.
We know for a fact he will not watch this. we know that as a rule that he will not have watched this.
Yep.
If you have, Archie, and I am wrong, leave a comment below.
Yes, that's so good.
None of you clue him in on that, Andrew. I'm looking at you, mate. If you rat us out, you little bitch, I will fuck you up. I'm God here, baby. So, Keeko, Jedd, Tilla, back on the beach. As you go through your plunder, go through your booty. You've got no idea how bad it's going up at the air temple, or how good it's going. Could be going smoothly, could be going terribly.
I think it's just all bad.
Yeah, at this point, Jedd, you're like, Ted's probably like blamed you for everything. He's probably been inducted back into the Air Nation, and you've got like, you're now going to be hunted down, like put into some sort of like the equivalent of an air nomad prison. They don't really have prisons, but you get the sense that Ted's going to convince them.
It's all community service.
Yeah, yeah. There's no way it's going well. But as you go through the rest of the booty, go through the rest of the finds. In the other crates, there's a mixture of other supplies. Nothing too noteworthy. A few more scraps of various items. Some wood to repair the boats when they're damaged. You find some linen, some fabrics, and there's also one that's full of, again, looks like it was probably full of some sort of like paper-based product. It's gone. It's just a whole crate full of sludgy mess. It could have been a crate full of papyrus, actually. I mean, as a in the world of Avatar, paper's worth a bit of money. If you get a whole crate of paper and sell it on to the right people, you can make quite a bit of gold from that. You can't because it's all a sludgy mess, but the person who didn't wet the crate probably could have. Yeah. What are the three of you doing? What are you guys up to?
I want to go check out that center area where we all like hung around the bar and everything before.
Yeah, where everything started going downhill really quickly, like with the. Yeah.
Hey, quick question.
Yo.
Where's Sonak?
Oh, he's with you guys. He's helping go through the crates and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I don't remember where he was.
He's just with you guys.
Is our boat big enough to take most of us back? All of us back?
No.
All the important people back?
You're going to need to source another boat somewhere for sure.
Does anyone here know how to make a boat?
All the boats destroyed? Even the Yellowneck boats that were out in the bay, were they destroyed?
Any of the larger ships in the bay are gone. But there are still a few rowboats along the shore that, I mean, if you wanted to make some modifications to, you could maybe turn into an outrigger for...
Yeah, I was going to say, could we just combine them onto our slightly bigger boat?
Yeah, I think if you guys wanted to start putting together like a Polynesian style outrigger catamaran kind of setup, you totally could. Yeah, for sure. You've got a whole crate full of wood designed to repair the ship. I mean, you've got, and I'm gonna say there's nails and a hammer in there too. It's an emergency.
We've got a bunch of benders, so doesn't necessarily have to be perfect. Just has to be usable.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, so Jedd, sounds like you're going to work on the ship a little bit. Keeko, you're going to try and help assemble a little ship.
Keeko, does this want to be your idea to lead us away?
Yeah, an idea.
Hey, Captain Keeko.
Hey, everyone, get those two.
If you can't wish for a galleon, time to make your own, right?
Right. I do want to do that, but from memory, did we touch that sort of like middle area where I had the bar and everything? Did we investigate that area for like supplies or anything yet?
No, you haven't been there at all.
It did have we do know it has a bunch of canvas and rope and stuff, and all the wood you could ever want.
And food and alcohol.
Perfect. So we're gonna have a sail and everything to go with this bad boy.
We don't need a sail.
So the whole top of it is covered by a massive canvas sheet, which is a converted sail, Keeko. If you could cut that down, you've got a sail right there.
There is a Lilly-sized hole in it, though.
Okay, but we can fix that.
It's only a tiny hole anyway. It's fine. It's no issue. It's not like Co landed through it. We never fix that bad boy.
You hear a bump. Shit.
Okay. I think this is a good plan here. We strap these boats together, we put some planks in the middle of it, and then we can make ourselves like a catamaran. Gonna need more supplies, so I'm gonna go check out that middle base area there. If Jedd, you sound like you're pretty keen to get started on making the boat.
Yep.
I'm gonna go back to base. Anyone want to come with me to hunt for supplies and come back here for the boat?
Ko raises his hand.
Shit, I was hopefully it would actually help build a boat.
We'll be
Key's
quick,
still
trust me.
there,
The
Jedd.
whole
Key's still
area
there,
we
as is
need.
Sonak.
And Sonak's
Tilla.
pretty good with
Yeah, it's just that I
Oh
have
yeah,
no
the
idea.
son of the chief would have absolutely done all sorts of manual labor. The podcast listeners,
But he's been part of the Fifth Nation, so it's
the
okay,
podcast listeners, I
right?
was making it clear that he would not have done that. But you make a good point. He has been working for the Fifth Nation as a cabin boy, as a deck boy for a bit. A deck boy. I don't think I want to use those words. He's been working for the. Oi, dick boy. He's been working for the Fifth Nation. Working for the Fifth Nation. Sorry, our New Zealand brethren. That would have sounded a bit different. He's been working for the Fifth Nation for a while, so yeah, no, he would have picked up some stuff. So yeah, you've got Keeko and Sonak with you, Jedd. So Keeko, you're heading with Ko to go and check out the bar and eating area in amongst the rock cavern formation.
Yep.
Tilla.
Hi.
Do I get to shift my balance to the center for doing a little bit of leadership?
Well, have you done a little bit of leadership? Honestly, I want you to take. Let's see how you go with this central area. I feel like again, it's kind of been thrown to you by Jedd, by Andrew.
But I've planned, you know what I mean? Like delegate, don't participate. The leadership code. That's what it's all about.
Andrew delegated the task to you, the plan to you. But I think
delegated it otherwards.
I reckon you're on the way. Let's see a little bit more, but I think you're on your way.
Okay.
Tilla.
What
Hi.
the fuck are you doing?
What am I doing? Great question.
Do you want to help make a boat with Jedd? Want to help make an outrigger and catamaran?
No. No, I want to do
Fair.
something that would shift my balance towards self-reliance again.
Self-reliance. Okay. So let's think. What's something you could do that would be demonstrating that you're kind of your own person, that you're doing your own thing, not for anyone else, not for any other reason than for your own benefit. What would be a good example of that? Let's have a bit of a think. I guess you could go through.
Create a nail file and just do your nails.
Damn straight. Damn straight.
I was gonna say, if you wanted to go through, Kyu has all the bounties there. If you wanted to go through and see if any of them are outstanding bounties for the Seawong, and actually kind of like take those yourself and have those to be handed in to the Seawong Oasis, not to the Southern Water Tribe. I mean, it's going against the group, but it's absolutely working in your favor, and that's your own thing, right? You were sent out to go and hunt down these bounties. Here they are, just waiting to be collected.
Yeah. Sure, let's do that. I'm gonna go through my own little list. And then
Excellent.
Yeah.
In that case then, could I please get I'm going to say this falls under more of a push your luck.
Hi.
Has Bree taken all the good
9?
rolls tonight? 9 partial
9
success.
successive consequences.
Tilla. As Jedd heads over with Kyu and Sonak to start basically building an outrigger and joining together these two canoes to make a platform, to make these two large bases to have the platform on top of. Keeko wanders off with Ko to go and drink, probably, possibly to do what they said they were going to do. More likely just go and have a drink. With everyone kind of a bit distracted, Kyu taking off her shoulder bag full of the bounties and placing it down on the bluff. You wander on over. No one's looking. Quickly grab the pouch. make your way to a little hidden patch, little cove away from the rest of the group. Sit down and begin poring over the bounties. Over the next 15, 20 minutes, you manage to collect 4 of the bounties on the Yellownecks, including Kings, with evidence that Kyu had also collected to hand in the bounty for these Yellownecks, taking it in, tucking it into your own pouch before returning Kyu's bounty bag back to the top of the bluff without anyone noticing your absence. As you get back, you can see Sonak and Kyu and Jedd have made a little bit of well, let's see. Jedd!
Yo!
Can't
You're
believe
making
that you just did petty theft.
Yeah, I've noticed that. Jedd, you're probably a bit more practiced at sinking boats than making boats, as we've discovered tonight.
That's why I wanted the other, at least one other person with me.
Yeah. Could I get you? You are working with 2 experienced sailors and shipbuilders. Could I get you to please roll with push your luck? Unless, do you want to take me through specifically what you're doing, and we'll see if another roll is more appropriate for you. What are you doing to help?
I would just be listening to them. Like, I'd sort of like push the idea forward and be like, hey, can we do this? And then listen to them on how it's achievable and what's the best way to go about it.
Okay. I'm going to say that very much sounds to me like more of a harmony role. You're kind of working with them, being a bit of a team.
Can we go back to push your luck?
Yeah, we can. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that you successfully argued yourself into a harder role.
Oh, no. I was just explaining what I'd be doing. I didn't actually know what I was trying to...
That's what I was giving you. I was giving you an opportunity to be like, oh, yeah, I'm just really like, I'm really passionate about it. I'm like running around, grabbing shit, throwing it together.
I started talking, and then I looked at what I have negatives to, and I was like, I should stop. But
alrighty, let's see that roll. Come on, baby. Come on. It's looking happy. It hasn't come through for me yet, so I don't know what it is. 8? 8 looking great. Brandon stopped saying it, so I've got to say it now. As you used to always say that every time we rolled an 8. 8 looking great. I liked it. It was very comforting.
It's like holding it in.
9 so fine. Yeah.
Wait, did that come through with a negative, just out of curiosity?
Yeah, it's 4 + 5 - 1. 8 successive consequences.
Oh, okay.
Why do you have a negative to your...
Yeah.
Let's have a peekaroo. You've done something wrong.
Oh.
Oh, no.
Oh, it should be a +1 instead of a -2, I think. I think I clicked on the wrong thing.
Why are you still stunned, my man?
Conditions be clear. Statuses should be cleared.
Hey, it's my leg's just been bit off. You know how it is.
Cleared it. There you go. Here we go. Yeah.
So
what would that be? Sorry, what would that be plus?
It'd be a 10, right? Because it was -1 and it should have a +1 instead.
Should +1 instead. So yeah, that would be a 10. Full success. Jedd, taking a very balanced approach, following their directions. I'm going to say you're kind of using your airbending to assist a bit here as well. Needing to like clear out a bit of a flat space, use your airbending to clear out the sand and create a little platform, clearing out the dry sand to make a platform for the wet sand underneath. As you then begin helping provide a bit of muscle, push the boat over, get the 2 rafts together. You begin going through all of the supplies inside the crate that you opened, all the planks of wood, begin arranging them in size so that you can get a fair estimate of how big this platform can be and strengthening parts of it. I'm going to say, Jedd, that you probably do have a little bit of experience, maybe not with building boats, but maybe you did a little bit of assistance with repairs to some of the roofs or some of the locations within the air temple. All the monks kind of take turns helping out in various aspects of the temple life. Maybe you've actually got a bit of experience with carpentry as well. That kind of makes sense. I think that kind of fits with your character a little bit. Yeah. As the platform begins coming together, Tilla, you glance over after stealing bounties for yourself. You glance over and
something out of this trip, man. I almost died a couple times.
You heard it here first, everybody. If the ends justify the means, as you...
Taking down bad guys is not good enough, apparently.
It's literally your job, Tilla.
Which you were going to get paid for anyway.
Yeah, you just want to be paid more. And just to you. Yeah, but I don't want to share it. I don't want to share the bounty with you fucks. I want it all to myself. Nerds! Yeah, as you look over, you can see...
I have reasons.
Oh, okay. Guess we'll find those out.
Not that one.
Greed. As you look over, you can see the boats coming together quite well. You're not experienced with boats. It's not something you know a lot of, but weirdly enough, the design they're going for, the 2 rafts underneath, the 2 canoes underneath, the platform on top, Tilla, it's actually a very familiar design to you that you've seen many, many times.
Like a sled, doesn't it?
It looks a lot like a sand sailor. It looks a lot like a sand sled. Looks a lot like a sand sailor. And as you kind of notice what they're doing and catch on, oh man, you've repaired a sand sailor before. No dramas at all. And the way they're positioning the mast, nah. You need to move it a bit. Absolutely. It needs to be in a different spot. As you head on over and begin to help out, let's finish up tonight's session with Keeko. As you've been making your way through the narrow passageways with your boyf, you can see Ko sort of a bit thoughtful looking around, and as you arrive at the hollowed out section of the tunnels that lead into this cracked open section of sandstone, this eroded sandstone wall. Yeah, I mean, the bar's in a bit of a state. It was obviously left a bit of a chaotic status when you guys rushed to the beach. There's a lot of shit going on. A few stools are overturned. You can see 1 or 2 bottles have been knocked off the shelves, crashed onto the floor, their contents long ago, hours and hours ago, leaked into the sand. But overall, compared to the chaos on the beach, this place is pristine. It's perfect compared to the horrors of what you witnessed a few hours ago. But yeah, as you enter into the area, you can see food, you can see drinks, you can see the massive sailcloth up above, ropes. Yeah,
That's some stuff. All right. So, Ko, what I'm thinking is we may need a sailcloth for this. I know we got a sailcloth on there, but what if we need a bigger one? Like, are you with me on that? Like,
I'm with you.
Looking up at this thing, like,
I'm with you.
You with me?
I'm with you. This is it's pretty big. Do you want to cut it down, or how do you want to do this?
Yeah, I think we get up there, we cut it down, and then I'll sort of walk behind the bar. I'll look for any like bottles of like alcohol or any like, cheeses or anything around here. I'm like, what I'm thinking is we can use that sail to bundle up a bunch of the stuff here that we see we like, and we can just drag it back to shore. Like, we don't have to carry it with our hands.
Should we be careful with the sail though? Pretty jagged rocks around here. What if we tore it? Go into a lot of effort to cut it down. Be a shame if we just dragged it all the way back and it was all torn up and broken by the time we got there.
Damn, no, you're right. I was thinking in my head out of character. Like, it was just basically a sandy beach path we're walking up here. Damn.
It's an eroded series of passageways in sandstone with jagged bits of rock and gravel, unfortunately. The sandy beach part, no problems. The rocky, gravelly, eroded pathway, a bit more tricky.
Do I see like a car looking around? Can I check my surrounds for like any sort of like, if there's like a
100%
around?
Make an assess a situation, you beautiful bastard.
Let's see. That's a 7.
That's a 7. We'll take a 7. Do you know what? Keeko, over in the far corner is, at first glance, you would have said it was a cart, but it's shaped much more like a wheelbarrow. But it's got 2 wheels at the back and 1 wheel at the front. It's like a tri-cart. Or a wheelsbarrow.
Wheelsbarrow?
I've only heard of those.
It's back, baby.
Oh my god, Ko, they've got one here. A wheelsbarrow.
Only because Dave almost accidentally joined us tonight when we sent the message out. Dave didn't know which day it was, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm in." Wait, is that what's up?
Which chat am I in?
Yeah. He said the thing. I said the thing.
The wrong one.
It's always an easy way to check who's online in chat straight away. Just drop wheelsbarrow and I know immediately. Yeah, it's a derail. I know. It's fair. I deserve it. I'll take it.
Derail.
Had anyone bet on me? I don't think anyone had they?
I forgot to bet. Can I still put it in?
We're not allowed to bet.
No,
Tricking bet on
We're
you.
not allowed to bet.
Yeah, tricking. And then tricking
Not
and,
allowed to bet.
and Jay.
Yeah, and
It's in
Joe.
the Constitution
Tricking
now. We
and
can't do
Jay. Congrats, guys.
Not now. It's always been in the Constitution. You just elected to ignore it, which I guess is also a thing that's happening as well. So maybe it's just part of the fucking course. Oh, we have the rule of law, but nah, I don't feel like it today, so we'll just skip it. Apparently.
What am I doing with all my channel points? What am I doing with this?
What else am I meant to do?
Wait for
channel on other nights
or
and fuck with those players.
True.
or
I
wait
can
for me to do the
bombard.
Hello Kitty Island Adventure stream and
Yeah.
fuck with me then.
You could like screw with Dave when he's actually in the stream. Just give him
I think I
disadvantage
did.
constantly.
I think I need to spend those. Yeah, I think I've got a few
How
thousand.
many do you have
Yeah,
by
okay.
chance?
I'm 75,000.
How do you see? Where is it?
If you go to the Twitch chat, bottom left of like the chat panel.
I got 32,000 inspiration.
Okay. So Bree, at the
So-
moment, Bree's got the highest. I've got the second highest, I think. Andrew, how
I think
many
I can cause some damage. With
I've only got
32,000.
15 because I keep spending them in other chats.
Okay,
Yeah.
I have 65,000.
20,000 to summon creature. Oh, that could be fun.
Yeah, I've
This
summoned
is
a
I am
different
regretting every second of this. This is
I can
not gonna
summon
go
a
well
creature
for me.
and an NPC. I can summon an NPC on the creature. Oh my god.
Yeah, I've summoned Mr. Library a different.
You did do
You
that,
should
yeah.
summon like 5 NPCs or something. Just for fun. I'm just gonna summon all of our characters into like Curse of Strahd.
Do you know what though? Nah, fucking go for it. Bring it on, bitch. Let's do this. Let's go.
You see a small child with a little metal ball.
I was trying to figure out how the betting would work. I didn't even think about how terrifying Lilly would be.
Yeah, no, screw the bending. Lilly would be the scariest thing.
Yeah.
We're obscenities. I can see you're sharing. I was going to keep this a little bit secret from the players, but then I also just realized that those of them who check Discord kind of know what's happening. I'm not going to talk anymore about it because some of the people don't know yet. We've had some of our YouTube channel members get together and come up with a little plan. There will be something that we see in Avatar in the next session or the session after, within the next couple of sessions. Not all of them know though. Brandon has no idea what I'm talking about. Dragon has no idea what I'm talking about. So I don't want to.
I'm pretty sure I'm like the only one who actually reads the other chats. in
I
the
came
Discord.
across it by accident.
Okay, so I'm not going to say too much, but for those of you listening to the episode, our YouTube members have come together and they've come up with a really cool plan to spend some of their YouTube channel points. We're going to see something really cool with that in Avatar in the next couple of sessions. It'll be really
Oh,
fun.
that's so cute.
It'll be it's
not.
really cute. No,
Just
it's
wait.
really cute. Really cute.
No, not whatever they're coming up with, but the
No, it's
fact that
really
they just
cute.
decided to band together. That's cute.
Yeah.
They're
It's
staging a coup. It's not
Nah, it's not. It's Nah, it's not. It's very cute. Yeah, don't worry about it.
Mindful,
Don't
very
worry about
demure.
it. Don't worry about it. Nah, don't worry about it. Forget about it. Yeah, that's coming along soon.
Forget about it.
Keeko.
Okay.
Yeah. There's a little cart over towards the side. Little tripod cart.
I'm scooting along my coat. We got a wheelbarrow. Okay. I go up there. I'll get this down for us here. And then if you want to look around for any sort of like supplies and stuff like that, if you find any alcohol, any food, anything looks valuable,
Well, I'm
like
sort of thinking, do we need to get up on the bluff, or could we use our waterbending to like cut it one half at a time? And that way we can kind of keep it safe. If both of us are down here to catch it, I'm just concerned what could happen to the sail if we like, this thing was pretty heavy. If one person's underneath here, and does it make sense for us to split up, or should we stick together to cut it from below? I mean, there's water back here. I've got spare water. I can see there's a few bottles of water. This is like a water barrel. Plenty of water.
What if we? Is it like in a big, triangle?
Massive triangle.
Okay. All right.
Suspended by ropes that are quite clearly visible.
Okay. What if we hop on either side of one side of the triangle, so we got that one part still attached.
Yeah.
And we cut the ropes on this side here as I'm directing him. People that are listening, I'm trying to discuss being on one side of the triangle, and then we cut the ropes on that triangle, so it falls down to 1 point, essentially.
We all know Pythagoras' theorem. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. We're ready to go. You go on one side, I go on the other side. 2 short edges cut, long edges left.
I nodded him like I understood exactly what he was talking about. Pythagoras. Yes, exactly. I'm also just where the fuck did that come from? Anyway.
He doesn't say that. He obviously doesn't say that.
I'm just
it's code.
Is he Rain Man? Holy hell. He seems
the
dumb as rocks.
only time code talks like that is when he's talking about nutrition. Yeah, I'll go this corner, you go that corner. We'll cut with some water. I like it. That's good. This should keep it safe. And that way we can kind of catch the bit as it comes down, bring it in together, make sure it's all safe. We'd be ashamed to cut this down and then have it fall apart. Look, this is some great leadership, Keeko. I like to see this.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I've been working on my leadership, I feel we've been needing another voice in the crew like this, but a voice for the peoples,
Keeko, go ahead and move yourself towards leadership.
Yes. Thank you, Master.
Hey, if you fish enough casts, eventually you'll hook something.
You just keep trying. One of them's going to be right.
That's right. And just like Rexon, it's time to kiss it. Throw it back in the water.
I just had the guitar from my head. Okay. I shoot water up with Ko. We go. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Shoot water up at the ropes.
Skills and training roll, please, Keeko.
I was hoping you'd just let it do it, eh?
You're kidding? It's Owen.
Doesn't matter, it has a 9.
To be
just having a moment,
To be fair, this whole system's based on the rolling of dice. As lovely as it would be if you guys should just describe shit and it happens, it would be way too smooth. You need to face adversity. You need to face complications.
Nah, not today. I rolled a 9, not today.
Not today.
Murdered a bunch of people. We've done it.
Yeah. Actually, to be fair, I think the consequences of your decisions have caused far more problems for you than any dice roll you've made. To be fair, yeah. Keeko, you send out a shard of ice or a slice of water, cuts through the rope cleanly as the corner of the sail falls. You and Ko rush together, grab each of your corners respectively, as the weight of the sail pulls down towards the lowest point. Hold back, keeping the tension, and slowly lower the sail so it doesn't just smash into stuff and cut on the sharp walls of the cavern walls around you. With the 2 corners together, you bring them in, fold them over a few times, just leaving the last bit above you. Swift slice of water, and as the sail drops down, not too long before the 2 of you have it folded up. It's heavy, folded up. This is a large sheet of sailcloth. It's pretty heavy, but the 2 of you working together get it loaded into the wheels barrow. And with that, you've got your sail.
Hell yeah. Good job, Ko. All right, now, let's have a look around for anything good. Look around for food, alcohol, valuables. Anything in that sort of order.
Food and alcohol, not a problem. There are a number of bottles of miscellaneous grog. Moonshine would be the kindest way to describe this, I think. It is rough brewed spirits. You get the sense that the pirates, especially the members of the Fifth Nation who spent a lot of time out on the ocean, they were fermenting pretty much anything they could get their hands on. Some of these smell faintly of apples. Good sign. A number of them smell faintly of seaweed. One of them smells faintly of fish. You're not quite certain.
Actual grog that they've got.
The podcast listeners, Brandon has just held up a can of grog.
Can of grog. Made by
No
the
other way to
YouTubers
describe that.
at Cold Ones, Australian YouTubers.
There you go. As You get the sense, Keeko, you're not 100% sure, but in your time with the Fifth Nation, you know that a number of the pirates were, I mean, particularly the galley cooks, were fermenting lots of shit. It got experimental. Some of the brews. You think one of them might have tried to ferment actual fish into alcohol.
We'll leave that one behind.
You don't want to try. Don't want to try fish beer.
I'm curious. I'll have a nip.
Man, that was easy to convince him. Did you see how easy that was?
That took nothing.
All I had to do was
just like, you know what? Don't know unless you try it. You know, you don't know if you don't.
Do you have a sip of fish beer?
Have a sip of fish beer.
Yikes! You're definitely gonna need to push your luck. Goodness me. Oh yeah, Keeko, I'm not gonna touch that. That smells absolutely rank. That smells like rotting fish.
That's a 9.
That's a 9. Keeko, the only thing that stops you throwing up is that you immediately gag and spit out the alcohol as you try to drink it. It doesn't hit your stomach. Thank Christ. As you go to take a swig, the flavor, the texture of what hits your tongue and mouth can only be described as fucking dire. It is intense, rotten fish, like that really foul, dank, salty kind of flavor of preserved rotting fish. Not preserved, just rotting fish. It is greasy. The texture can only be described as oily and greasy. How a liquid that should be water-based, alcohol solvent, is oily, you don't fucking know. But then again, you also don't know how they made this, so anything's possible at this stage. As it strikes your mouth, you immediately cough it back up, coughing and spluttering on the bottle, which is what prevents you from actually drinking this. And you are pleased that you do. As you spray this fetid concoction, this potion of vile disgust into the air, you watch as Ko takes a step back and is like, oh my god, I can't believe you just drank that. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Think of the Amigas. The Amiga 3. That's good for you. The fish oil.
There's no Amigas left. They've degraded into, I don't even know what's left at that.
Oil. Carp. Tastes like rotten carp. Wipe my shirt in my mouth. And no, actually, no, I don't do that. I wipe it on like a random bit of cloth I find. I'm not putting that on my shirt. Alright, let's leave this one and let's take the good alcohol we see.
Ko sort of seeing you struggling a bit, reaches over and grabs a much smaller bottle, pulls the lid off, takes a sniff, and goes, I think you should get this on your tongue, that you should drink this instead, Keeko.
I swig some of the moonshine and just use like mouthwash and just spit it out. It's like immediately like burning. Just like
the flavor that hits your tongue, sweet plum. This is some sort of plum wine, like a sweet plum umeshu, potentially. And as the sweetness does a very good job of counteracting the greasy, oily, rotten fish flavor, you can still spit it out if you want. Otherwise, you can. I'm happy for you to change your answer, given that the flavor was not quite what you're expecting.
I'll swig it, see how it tastes in my mouth.
Good. Better than the fish thing. Yeah. But then again, you're pretty sure sand would have been better than the fish. Fish liqueur at this point. Yeah.
In that case, I'm like, it's probably disinfected whatever's in my mouth now. I swallow it.
Yeah. It's delicious. You watch as Ko smiles as you like take a big swig, sort of smile, and he's like, yeah, I've had this before. The you don't always get it. It's hard to get in the Southern Water Tribe, but yeah. Well, one time when me and Kyo and Yara travelled up to Chameleon Bay, there's a little town there, and I traded for it. I think it's called like a plum wine or something. I really liked it, but
we can keep this one for ourselves. We don't have to share this one for everyone.
Yeah, no, I think that I'm with you. Yara teased me last time for enjoying it so much. She said it wasn't very manly. So yeah, it's just you and I enjoy this.
What is manly but to like a good drink? Real men would drink fish beer. No, we drink plum wine.
Yeah, no, I think no. Although, how much is left of that fish beer in the bottle?
None.
Oh,
There's
no.
no fish beer left. Oh, wait. Why are you saying that?
Well, I'm just thinking. You and I know how heinous this is,
Yes.
but the others don't.
They do not.
Do you want to
take
do
a
a?
bottle and leave it?
Do you want to do a prank? Do
Yes.
you want to do a prank?
Yes.
Who
I
should
do
we?
want to do a prank.
Who do you reckon? Who do you reckon we should give fish beer to?
The Avatar sounds too dangerous.
Oh, she'd fucking kill us
Funny.
straight away. Nah,
Yeah,
we
exactly.
nah.
That's like the pinnacle of prank. But no, I don't want to be blasted into a pile of ash.
Well, if it turns out this
Ooh.
concoction's also lethal, I don't really want to be responsible for killing the Avatar. I think that's a
I
pretty.
don't think I can kill a child. I don't think that's fair. Like, she's young. So I can't do that. She can't drink, I don't think.
Probably best if we don't give the rancid fish beer to a child. Yeah, that doesn't seem
Yeah,
like a
yeah.
prank. That just seems like bullying, to be honest.
Yeah, that seems like just being a bad adult.
Yeah, I was thinking one of our.
Jedd
Oh, yeah.
feel kind of good, maybe. Like,
You reckon Ted and
Get the
Jedd? Do you want to do a
brothers
double whammy? Get them both.
yeah, I reckon you could do a double whammy. Like, airbenders drink, don't they? I mean, they're not really airbenders, so.
Well, I thought Jedd was banished, and Ted seemed to like be in the process of burning his robes. So I think we're probably safe. We're going to need to disguise the smell, though, Keeko. It's pretty. I mean, you
Yeah.
still drank it despite the smell, but
Just tell them it's a delicacy. Tell them it's a Fifth Nation delicacy, or like a Fire Nation delicacy. Water tribe delicacy. It smells like fish. We both water tribe people. We convince them that it's a delicacy in our people, and it's an insult if they don't.
okay, we're going to try and use like emotional blackmail to get them to drink this foul stuff. Okay,
Jesus Christ.
that's not too bad. I reckon
Yeah.
that might work. As a backup, do you also want to try and like maybe find something to mix with it to kind of disguise the smell?
Okay, what are we looking? I'm just pulling random bottles off the shelf and sniffing the bottles. Do I find one that would sort of do that job for me?
Well, I mean, as you're going through the bottles, yeah, a number of them. There's one that smells almost like peppermint, this very strong peppermint. It's a slightly greenish colored liquid, a very, very strong
perfect.
peppermint smell.
Yeah, we could. I'll show this. Like, this seems like to be the strongest one. Some peppermint. This could do the trick. Pour a bit of this into the bottle.
As soon as you do, the fish smell's still there, but it's really having to fight for dominance with the peppermint. And at this stage, you don't know who's going to win.
Perfect. Let's bank this one for later.
All right, I think
Mark it with it with an X on the bottle.
Nice. Yeah, because they might die from drinking this. I like it.
Yes, anyone might.
Yeah. You don't think that actually? I am kidding. I don't think that they'd actually die. But maybe we should. Should we?
I don't know.
How do you feel? Are you feeling okay? I really should have checked that earlier.
I feel good.
You feeling good?
I mean, I didn't drink it. It hit my mouth and spat it out. But I reckon you could survive one sip. You wouldn't take more than one sip.
Okay. Right. And then when you want to bring this up, should we wait until we're all together for like an evening? Maybe when we're like celebrating, toasting back at the water tribe. Then we can
100%.
pretend we also bought the bottle at the water tribe. I reckon they're more likely to drink it if it wasn't salvaged from the Fifth Nation camp.
Exactly right. That's the best idea. Like, everyone's already like not paying attention. We come by for a drink and celebrate. Oh, you're good at this prank stuff. I can see you've done this before.
I'm not really allowed to do pranks anymore with Yara and Kiyu.
No.
Well, Yara says I either take it way too far or don't take it far enough, and it's just really weird. Like, it's just... Yeah.
We'll test the limits of this one. I think we've hit the sweet spot with this one here.
You reckon?
I think
I was
we've done
worried.
good.
I was worried we were going... I was worried I might be going too far. I'm just getting the sense that if Yara was here, she'd tell me that this is a bad idea.
Pish posh.
You know, that's
This
the
is supposed to be
confidence.
fun.
That's the confidence I need to keep.
Exactly.
I'm back on board again. Let's do this.
So, see, exactly right. Say, look, pish posh. Like, consequences, there'll be consequences. They'll happen whether or not we do this. So let's have fun. It'll be good. It'll be fine. They'll survive. I'm sure. Sure of it. 100%. Don't worry about it.
That's
All
a
right,
ringing
what else up
endorsement.
here?
I'm in.
That's
As you
the
go
confidence of a man.
confidence of man unburdened by thought and care. I don't have the brain cell tonight, so it's not a problem for me. I'm not anxious at all about the consequences of this prank. as you go
Don't
through.
think
Yeah, exactly. Just don't think about it. As you go through the rest of the supplies, Keeko, I mean, there's a number of bottles of various raided wine. There's some fire wine from the Fire Nation. It's, as you can imagine, quite a hot, spicy kind of, there's a bit of a chili kind of undertone to it, a bit of a spicy flavor, accompanied by some slightly sweeter notes as well. So you can add a bottle of fire wine to your inventory, as well as a number of bottles of various degrees of homebrewed moonshine and ale for the pirates. And I will gladly share with you that most of it is pretty shockingly bad.
Of course.
Yeah.
Most of it could be considered a poison.
Yeah,
we're legit.
Most of it is like their attempts to make maybe the water a bit more palatable. I guess if you're spending lots of time out at sea, fresh water's a bit hard to come by. The water's probably getting a bit of staleness to it, absorbing a lot of the flavors of the barrels that it's kept in. So maybe this is a way of kind of helping to sterilize the water a bit, remove any nasties that might be in it.
I mean,
That's water.
they actually did.
It's just crap.
Yeah. And I think that is a good place to wrap up for tonight. We'll be able to come back next week and see how Ted does chatting to Sayan, and as the group get together and finish building their boat. So thank you so much for joining us, everybody. I hope you have enjoyed tonight's session. It has been lots and lots of fun. Now again, sadly, no session next Tuesday, as I'm away, but we will be back the Tuesday after to continue our adventures in the world of Avatar. For those of you watching on Twitch, don't go anywhere. I am going to load up a raid. Let's go and raid. Who's on tonight? Do we normally have someone? It's funny how I'm always able. Yeah, of course there's Cove. They're not doing D&D tonight though. They're playing Simulacra. I'm not sure what that is.
Why does that name? No, why does
That sounds very familiar.
That sounds a bit familiar, doesn't it? Simulacra. I'm not sure what that is. I think what we might do tonight then, given that they're not doing D&D, and I want to kind of keep us in the D&D journey.
I know what that is, I think.
Let's go and raid Smith Lord, who are doing the Wild Beyond the Witchlight. I will load up that raid and we will jump across and give them a bit of love tonight. Let's get that raid going. Everybody, thank you so much. Stay safe, stay well. We will see you all in the next episode. But until then, farewell, everybody. Goodbye. Hit the subscribe button, like button, leave a comment. Bye!